You can hear me? Let me see if I can hear you in the video, because I can't hear nothing. But if I can hear in the video, then that's fine. Say something. Say something. Say something. Now I heard you when I had it on. That's why I said you might as well just go on from Instagram, because I mean, it don't make sense to just. I mean, whatever. We on that. So I'm just gonna go with it. If you can hear me clear, because I don't want to keep doing this all day. Put my phone up. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Get Lifted. 30 is a new 20. Smiley Jizzle. I'm here with Erica Lahefa. I know you guys probably can't hear her, but we in the building, y'all. I know we late. But we here. Got a few topics to talk about. Weather kind of shitty. I'm about to get her on her Instagram, but see, if you get on Instagram, I wonder, are you gonna lose the feed? Not if you go on Instagram from another device, you're not gonna lose the feed. So go on from the laptop so we can hear you. I'm gonna put you on this other window. Call you back. Yo. So you could hear me. You could hear me clearly on the YouTube, right?
Yeah, but you can only hear you. It's not picking up my voice.
Yeah, I don't know why, yo. What's good? What's good, Karen? Whatever. Yeah, that's wild. I don't know what's going on. Shit is jacked up.
And it worked when we tried it before, but when we did the practice.
I know. That's what I'm saying. We should have just left it alone. We should have just left it alone, yo. While we was good. But shit, if they could hear me and they could hear you, they could hear you too, right? Now?
Yeah, now they can hear us because you claim it to Instagram post. But for some reason on the video before, when just from the YouTube, you only can hear your voice. I can hear you saying stuff back to me, like I was listening, so I can hear you talking.
So then my phone was good as far as audio.
Yeah, it wasn't you. That's what I don't know if you seen the message on Instagram. It wasn't you. Because even before I played the video, I could hear you talking. Even before I went and listened to the video, it's not picking up for some reason.
In the preview window.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
It's all good, man. We'll figure it out, misery. So, like certain things, like I was just saying this earlier. Some stuff is like it's not like it's like the newest thing that we learned about ever or some shit like that, but it's nuanced because this is a new thing that we're tapping into, you know what I mean? Streaming and whatnot. There's a whole element to it of streaming. So it's not just like as simple as just like, all right, I'm just gonna hop up here and just do it. Like you gotta know how to do certain things in this space to actually be effective at the shit. So
I think it's something wrong with my phone though, because my phone acts stupid. Even how the one menu is blocking the other words, so I couldn't even click on it, and that's a glitch on that phone. Because when I did it on the other one, it wouldn't. That should go away. Like it shouldn't be one set of words blocking another icon, so you can't click on it. Like, and it wasn't like grayed out. It was just like the words wouldn't go away, so I could click on the next step. Like my phone, but. Because we did what it was, it's working right, it's coming on, but now it's something wrong with the audio. And then you could hear me at one point, but then I don't know. But what topics you got tonight?
all right, well, this is why I was so persistent about us still doing it, because it is some shit that I really had heavy on my heart. Like I say this all the time. Doing this podcast is more than just, just something, because I'm definitely not getting rich from doing this shit, but it's definitely therapeutic to me in a sense. When I'm doing this, I feel like, and if anybody wants to come up on the chat, I know we be losing people like a motherfucker, but if anybody wants to come up here, please let me know. I could send a link so we can have another person come up here to engage on some of these topics that we're gonna be discussing today. But yeah, like I feel like this shit is like it's like really like therapeutic, and it's like it helps me cope before the beginning of the week. For me, it's especially because it's hard to lead people until you like let go of your burdens. You know what I mean? You got all this shit that's heavy on your heart and in your head and all this other shit. And the only way to kind of navigate through those things is to kind of like discuss it, talk about it. A lot of times, yeah, we do talk about topics that don't really pertain to our personal life per se, but some of these things are things that we personally would have to deal with. Like a lot of things that I'm talking about with relationships is sometimes things that I have to deal with internally in a relationship or have dealt with internally in a relationship, and how I'm able to cope with those things. And then even societal norms, like some of the shit that we have to deal with society. Like I was watching a lot of debate debate shows online over the weekend, and I seen like a lot of people, especially Andrew Wilson, not the boxer. This is a debate guy. So Andrew Wilson talking about a lot of different topics, certain things, religion and sexual dynamics and things of that nature. So talking about all of those different things and how people are able to adjust to those talking points and those arguments, and how you actually can get through an ideology discussion. Because when you talk about somebody's ideology, it can get pretty hairy having those type of conversations with people, because a lot of people don't really want to talk about it. A lot of people are like stuck, like, yo, this is what it is. Like I don't hear anything else. Like I only hear what I've been brought up to believe, and that's it. So some of those things, and that goes into pretty much everything that we're talking about today. One of the topics about the Dave Chappelle special, how did people like it? How was it entertaining? Did people find um, credibility in a lot of the stuff that he was talking about? Like, what do you think about that discussion? You know what I mean? What do you think about, not discussion, but what do you think about that special? And not so many, in so many words, because I know it's a lot of people that are Dave Chappelle fans per se, but in terms of how he defended Diddy, how he defended Charlie Kirk in some aspects, and I'm not saying that to sling mud at him, but he's really divisive in how he talks about these things because he's smart. So it's not like he's really defending the people, you know, because they might have harmful rhetoric, but he's defending freedom of speech.
I can't hear you.
Huh? Somebody calling you?
What in the world?
Who that?
Yo. So you could hear me? You could hear me clearly on the YouTube, right?
I can only hear you. It's not picking up the mic.
You gotta mute one of those things.
All right. What's good? What's good, Karen?
Yeah, that must have been your computer. You could hear me though, right?
Yeah, but what just happened? Why you said I'm confused?
On the video, like, it's crazy. On the video, I could hear certain things, but I can't hear that. But like, you watching the YouTube, can you hear me on the YouTube? I can't hear what people can hear because I'm not listening to myself on YouTube. I'm just talking.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I just want to make sure they can hear me because I can't play it in the background because it's gonna be a weird echo. So I can't have that shit playing. Because usually what I'll do is I'll have it playing in the background and be listening to it while I'm doing it. But I'm on the channel that's actually talking to the podcast. So it's gonna definitely be an echo if I play my shit.
Yeah, I still got it up too, so I just muted it, but so that you could see both the icons, but you just can't. And the sound is coming from Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Somebody put a comment too.
Some weird shit. I don't know what that is. There was like 7 people in here a little while ago, and then people left. I be looking at, I'm like, yo, they was just here, like, what the fuck, all the technical bullshit that's happening right now, and they're just sticking around.
They was waiting.
I appreciate people, man, because they don't understand. Like, they might be like, they might be mad. They might be like, damn, what are they doing? Wasting my time. But yo, like, I appreciate people that stick around to hear our discussion, yo, because I take my time throughout the week to really go through stuff. I'll be watching videos because I gotta work. I'm doing a whole bunch of other shit, and I'm trying to figure out what could we talk about every single time, because I don't want to really talk about the same thing that everybody be talking about, but I do want to talk about stuff that's popular. So I be trying to figure out the best compilation of stories that would fit for a really good narrative, a really good talking point. But let's just get started, man. I know I've been rambling on because I want to make sure that the sound is good before I start cooking. So let's start with this Dave Chappelle special. So, by the way, Merry Christmas to everybody and their family. My family that was, you know, that's away, that's not able to chill with their family. You know what I mean? I gave them a call. I called all my relatives. It's always something going on. It's always a lot of shit going on. But overall, man, I do appreciate being around family during the holidays. You know what I mean? That's the only important thing. It's not like I was saying last week, the spirit of Christmas is not the same as like it was when I was a kid. Like when I was a kid, like the snow, all of that, the whole thing, it just felt good. But the one good thing is, like, if you got somebody that you could spend it with, like, family, it don't have to be family, it could be a homegirl, it could be your homies that you drink with, go to the bar with, whatever. just somebody that you can kick it with during this time of the year. It just feels better when you're not by yourself. Sometimes, you know what I mean? Sometimes we can't stand fucking people. I ain't gonna hold you, but sometimes it's good to enjoy these holidays with the people that you care about. Because some people that's all they miss. You know what I mean? They don't miss nothing else but being able to see a sunrise and being able to hang out with the people that they love. So, but the Dave Chappelle special, that shit was kind of like I said, it was kind of thorough. I thought it was funny. You got some people that's like saying certain things about it. I'm not gonna call him a hater. I was calling him a hater, but everybody got difference of opinion. Him watching it shows that he's an enthusiast regardless. But you got people like Corey Holcomb, who I also think I'm gonna give him his flowers. Who I also think is a very funny comedian. I had the pleasure of seeing him in person. Took some photos with him. Well, took a few snaps with him, with family and friends and all that. Real humble.
With Corey Holcomb.
Corey Holcomb, yeah, real humble comedian.
When you went to see him?
Oh, this was a while ago. This was like, I want to say more than 10 years ago. I went to go see him. He was at the Funny Bone in Hartford.
I don't really care for stand up. I watch a funny.
I love it whenever you get to see comedy in person and it's somebody that is really funny. That's the best time to really go see it. A lot of times I don't get to see like really great comedians like that, but I love to go see a really great comedian in person. Even Kevin Hart, one of his earlier comedy specials or whatever, I was able to see him at the casino. He was kind of funny. But again, he not someone that I would always want to see. But if Dave Chappelle ever comes to Connecticut, I'll be wanting to see that nigga. I want to go get
tickets. He did, didn't he?
Yeah. The 2 times when he came to Connecticut, I went to go see him. One time was in Hartford, and he made shirts that said he hate Hartford and all this. And the second time he came back out,
Hartford.
He hate Hartford, yeah. And the second time he came back out, he came out again, but it wasn't that bad, you know. We still got a good show. You know, Dave Chappelle is Dave Chappelle, man. If you don't know, now you know. Like he is one of those comedians who he's thought provoking, and he's very satirical. You know what I mean, for a black comedian, but he's very politically aware, culturally aware. You know what I mean, and just pop culture aware. You know what I mean, pop culturally aware. If that's something, he knows what's going on in every aspect. You know what I mean, so. He's had very informative sets as opposed to a lot of other comedians, and it's still humorous. So you learn something and you laugh at the same time. An adult humor. So it'd be like Schoolhouse Rock, R-rated. If that would be something. But yeah, we heard a lot of people talking about it. Well, you didn't see it, but one of the things he talked about was you still there? The icon just disappeared.
Yeah, I'm here.
One of the things he talked about was Charlie Kirk. And a lot of people compared Charlie Kirk to Martin Luther King. Now, outside of everything else, how you feel about the Charlie Kirk situation, whatever, how do you feel about him being compared to Martin Luther King? I'm asking you, how you feel about that?
They compare Charlie Kirk to Martin Luther King?
Yeah.
I'm asking.
I said, yeah, I answered you.
There's a delay. Yeah, they did, and I can't turn it down all the way because I could still hear. It won't, like, but what do I think? Like, I don't, how is he the same if he's saying stuff that's like, that'll piss people off? He not really talking about coming together. He's just saying what's wrong and we need to fix things. He's not saying that we should stay apart, but he's not saying we should come together neither. So how are they saying that he's comparable to Martin Luther King? What is the reason that they're saying?
I don't agree. I can only assume why, because I don't think he is. But my assumption is his following, because he has American togetherness rhetoric, because he's not he is in a way, but not a leader in the sense of the way Martin Luther King led his people. He's more of a social media presence with political overtones. So he's not necessarily like Martin Luther King was political sense, maybe more so because Martin Luther King wasn't necessarily a political figure, probably by any means.
Yeah, he was just trying to get
he was a minister. Yeah, he was a minister who was trying to establish equal opportunity for African Americans on American soil.
Yeah, so and he wanted us to get along too.
I think that if anything, Charlie Kirk would be anti what Martin Luther King was, and not in the sense of civil right nature, because that would have been the opposite. Still, to help the people would have been Malcolm X, not Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk would have been the opposing side to, say, well, what about white rights? What about this? What about that? And try to do the same thing from the white aspect. But at that point in time, it wouldn't have made sense because we really didn't have equal rights. So it wouldn't have made sense.
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand how you're trying
in this era, or in this century rather, right now, fuck it. Let's just say right now, 2025, there's no place for a Charlie Kirk except for anarchy, because we consider, a lot of us consider it, some of us don't, some of us think it's a ruse, but the people that think it's a ruse, they're either too well off or they're just talking because they're content with whatever their lifestyle currently is. But we live in a systematic lifestyle that's governed by those individuals. However, we don't have to stay in a state of regression. We can push ourselves. It's just going to take more. It's going to be harder. And that's the discouraging piece, is what we don't take into account, because you're like, well, if I could do it, you could do it. And the thing is, what are some of the things that you have that this person doesn't have? Like, you both might be able-bodied, you both might be this, but this person took 4 years of their life to get the education, right? So they have that. So they're just saying, yeah, you could do the same thing that I did, but they got a scholarship or something because they did X, Y, and Z in high school, or their parents are both pretty decent paid individuals, so they were able to pay for them to go to school, or they worked a couple jobs and their parents helped them and they were able to get it. See, we don't hear all the other context clues that go into how this person got successful. We just look at, well, I did it, so you could do it. And I think that's the wrong approach, because we, like I said, we don't take into account the discouragement that comes in with all the disadvantages that we have against us. So that's what's really making it a little more difficult for us to progress. Now, not saying that we can't progress at all. We can very well progress, but it's just more challenging. And then a lot of people are like, pick yourself up by the bootstraps, forget about the challenges. So what, you got challenges? Everybody has challenges. Everybody has this, that. Oh, so what, you got this? I got kids. You know what I mean? So there's so many other things that people will throw at you to try to be like, well, there's no excuse because I could do this, that, and the third or whatever. But it's difficult to do those things with all of the stuff that makes it more difficult for us to establish some footing in the community, in the nation. You know what I mean? It's not that easy for us to do it. And there's stuff that we could do, but a lot of big business owners, I know people that have businesses that have big contracts. They had to take out, several loans to establish this shit. They didn't just like wake up one day and be like, you know what, I saved $30,000. Let me go do this. No, this was a commitment over time. Not saying they're not making no bread, but you gotta low key rob Peter to pay Paul until you make it. It's not like we already got generational wealth. Like their father was in this industry and they established a footing for them to get started. No, you came from the ground up. So you coming from the ground up, you got a little bit of something, but you still got to do apprenticeship. You still got to get this. You still got to get that. You still got to be OSHA certified. You got to do everything, and that takes time, money, effort. Meanwhile, life doesn't stop. You still got bills. You still got everything. So it's not that simple.
And that takes time. Money.
What happened? It failed.
You could say I could see you if you're on it, but the icon went away. I don't know why.
So wait. So how? But I'm not on. To get lifted though. I'm on mine. It still says live though. That's weird.
It is still live, but
so people can't see it. People can't see it from Get Lifted. Wait, can I send this to Get Lifted and you open from Get Lifted? Oh, you back?
Okay. You see it, the icon?
I see the icon. Yeah.
Okay.
Is it just glitching? Like, what the fuck is going on?
No, because I was switching to the laptop because my phone's on the charger.
Oh, okay. All right. And it worked?
I'm talking about on Instagram, not the, yeah, you can read it while you're on the phone. But then it asks to log in and do all that check verification and then
okay. Yeah, so you had to switch the window. Yeah. Computers, man. They supposed to be so thorough. That's why I like that new foldable phone. One of the features is
I like it too.
You can use multiple applications at the same time, like.
But you can do that. You can do that now, like a computer. I was just saying that to you earlier.
On tablets and shit, but not on those damn phone.
Yes, you can.
Well,
I can do that on my phone, like a computer.
Oh, that's cool. iPhone. Well, the iPhone that I have doesn't have that. Can't do it. That's something that's made in the software update or something like that. Like that's not something that is standard. That's a new feature. That was like one of the bigger things back in the day when they had these phones coming out with smartphones. One of the drawbacks was being able to simultaneously use applications. But some applications can do it. Like you got YouTube. Like you can open YouTube because YouTube has mechanisms in its platform where you can have it running in the background while another application is working. All applications don't have that feature. So you have to have software that's able to run in the background while you're playing other applications.
Yeah, there's a menu on the phone. Like you slide, it's a hidden menu. Like you slide, and then it comes up, and you can it's multi-window or something. Like and then yeah, it wasn't always but it been over a year since that.
Yeah, maybe. Nah,
because I didn't even know it was up there. I made a mistake.
I live in the
I made a mistake and did it because like you can either find the window and then click on the button and then use the apps you want, but I did it by mistake. So like if you click on 2 apps at the same time, like and hold it with your finger, like and drag it, then it could like lock it in place and you can stretch it out to how big you want. But it's on a phone, so it's kind of stupid because the screen is small or whatever. I mean, it's big.
Oops. I'm back. Go ahead, say that again.
I said for the people that talk about Android and say, "Oh, Android's corny, this, and that." Android could do all the stuff the iPhone could do, and you don't have to download no extra app or whatever. It's already a program, or you could just when it do and it updates and this phone is not even new. Like, but I think I could do it on the other phone too, because it updated on that's a S9. The phone I got now is an S22. I got both. I still got the old phone that I had before I upgraded, and they both can do that. So S9 to S22, that's a long time. Like, but neither one of them is the newest because I don't care about that. I just upgraded it because what happened? Well, I just did it. I don't know. I just wanted to, but I didn't do it for a long time because you see, S9 to S22, that's years past or whatever. Because they be like every year, every couple of years, they put out a new one, and that ain't even the newest one. So, and this phone about to be paid off too, the new one. So I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna upgrade no time. The reason why I did it is because my phone, the S9 was acting stupid. But if it was still working the way it's supposed to, like, cause I do be dropping phones and shit. That's probably why my phone now be glitching, acting stupid. I think it got water in too, cause sometimes be pressing buttons that I didn't press.
I said the other day, I got like 3 drops left, cause I be knowing like. My phone, like I done had to replace the screen a few times on that shit. And I got to a point where I'm like, I'm not no like tech genius or no shit like that. But I got to a point where I got tired of paying to get a new phone or replacing the screen or paying somebody to replace the screen. I found out how cheap it was to get the materials to do it, how time consuming it was to actually do it. And I taught myself, well, not taught myself because I watched a YouTube video, but I'm saying I took it upon myself to learn how to replace my screen if my screen was broken. And the kit is like less than $30. You get the kit.
But internally, it could be messed up too. That's the thing. You could fix the screen.
Well, you got to be able to look for certain things, like look for cracks, look for bit drillings that's missing a screw or something like that. Like, should there be a screw right there? Rivets. See if there's anything that slid out, maybe that you might have to put back into place, because sometimes that happens too. But the stuff on the back of the phone is pretty secure. It's the glass that really get messed up. Once that glass gets
That's
messed
what I'm
up,
saying, but you could fix the screen, but internally it could be something wrong out.
that's what I'm saying. That stuff is pretty sturdy back there. So like the screen is a whole bunch of shit by itself. Like it's
It don't have to be that something is loose or broke. It could be.
No, but what I'm saying is
there could be some liquid in there or something.
No. Well, if you get liquid damage, then usually you gotta replace that whole shit. That's even cheap too. Like you don't have to get a new phone. Like they refurbish it. The way that they do it is they take all the parts in there that may be liquid compromised or whatever, and they replace it with dry shit, and then you got your phone is back the same way it was.
Cause I do got water in my phone. You can see the water. But then like that, it's still where I could still use it. But you
like
can
it's
see
2 ways that shit fuck you up. Like it could fuck you up where it could corrupt a memory database inside your phone. Like if you got a SIM card or if it has like some internal memory like chip or some shit like that got wet or some shit like that, it could be that. Those are the 2 worst things that could possibly happen because those things are really like irreparable. Like you can't fix that shit. So the only shit that you gotta worry about is those 2 things. Everything else can be pretty much replaced easily. It just you gotta take those out and re-put them back in.
Or it could be like scorched or something, like burnt. Like
that's a different type of damage. So for every damage, like if the phone is like completely done, there's always some way. That's why I said the stuff in the back is pretty secure. So like even in like some cases, there's phones that have been like burnt on fire, but they were still able to save.
I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about the inside is burnt because of overcharging or stuff like that. Cause I think that affected too when you charge. Like I don't sometimes fall asleep with the phone on the charger,
like,
and I don't
constantly charging the battery. Like how much would a battery be able to sustain?
Yeah, I don't think after it's full. Like if I fall asleep and it's still like it's on the charger until I wake up, it's extra time that it already full.
Rechargeable batteries, you got to think about it like this: they're meant to be recharged, but
no, I'm not saying when it dies. I'm talking about after it's already full. If you don't take it right off, that probably affects it.
No, I'm telling you what it does. So like they have a shelf life. So like after the battery charges, you charge it to its full potential. It's a few times that after that battery actually the performance of the battery wears down. So you'll charge it and it only lasts for a minimal amount of the time before. But the reason is because of sometimes on the shit that you're using, there's other updates on that particular thing. So it takes more life than it did when you first had it. If it's still the same shit, then it probably you'll be able to use it the same way, and then the shelf life will still deteriorate, but you'll still be able to use it because it's supposed to be recharged, but the performance will be less than it was when you first got it.
No, I know that because when you get updates and the stuff still be running in the background, all that, and when you first get a phone.
Nah, but I'm also talking about stuff like if you don't have something that gets updated, it still has a shelf life. So even if it's something that doesn't have software updates,
but I'm not talking about when it dies. Obviously, when it dies, you need to charge it. I'm saying I think it has effect if you continue to charge after it's already full, like it, and you don't take it right off. I think if you do that too much, that does. I know it has a shelf life in general and like other stuff that affect it. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like you keep like charging
overcharging
it. You don't take it off right when it's full. I think that does something.
It might, but I don't think it would be in comparison to shelf life. Like it probably be like a little bit like. I guess if you charging something, like some things now have a mechanism because they know that people have a tendency to leave shit on the charger and run errands or do whatever and come back.
Yeah, it started doing that now. Yeah. Like it started doing that.
But that was probably because people will probably be using something because it's still pulling from your outlet. So that probably be like running up electricity and shit more so than anything else. Or if it's something like that would explode, like a lithium battery or something like that, it'd probably be more dangerous. But
yeah, now it tells me to take it off. It didn't used to do that.
Because those batteries start heating up. Them fucking lithium shits, the shit get hot.
Yeah.
So you be like, oh shit.
That's what I said. Sometimes I put it, like when I go and I don't mess with it. Like I just put it and I'll be like on the laptop or something. And I just let it charge. But then if I fall asleep, then it be up there for hours and it only take probably about 30 minutes for it to charge or whatever. If it's a charger I work with it, sometimes it don't be the one it'll plug in, but it charge mad slow. But if it charge normal, it take probably like 30 minutes, an hour at the most. And if I fall asleep and it's up there all night until whenever I get up and take it off, then I think that is. And yeah, if it overheat and stuff, and I don't even use like I put it in battery safe mode or close all the apps. So I'll be trying not to leave stuff open if I'm not using it. And not disable it, but like make sure it's totally closed out. It's not working in the background. Cause that's why the battery be dying too. It be stuff you don't even have open and it's just taking the battery. Just cause it's all default, be downloading apps up there that ain't supposed to be. I don't know. But what do you think? You said what you thought about Charlie Kirk. You said no, he's not comparable. I don't get how they say that.
I mean, like I'm not an insensitive person. Like I don't care what nobody say because everybody got something to say about it. Oh, you support that? He was racist. He don't like your people.
I ain't gonna talk about that. I'm saying that's not what he's doing. He's not like an activist. He's not trying to. He just be saying, "Oh, you need to stop these." He just be giving stats and saying like, "Oh, this is why this happened because there's broken families and stuff like that." But he's not saying this group of people. Sometimes he do be like, "Oh, that's discrimination because if they created jobs just for a certain group, then it's discrimination against us." But he's not. But there's a caveat. The caveat is he was saying that, but he also Martin Luther King was saying he wanted equality, but he also wanted us to come together. Also, that's a key component of it. He didn't want us to be fighting each other and stuff like that. Charlie Kirk ain't saying that. He just saying what's wrong about society, and he speaks a lot about Black people and telling them or these are the statistics in a single parent household or whatever in certain neighborhoods or whatever. But he's not saying, oh,
I have argued and I still would argue that his rhetoric was harmful to the progress that Martin Luther King had put in. It was like, yo, like what you're saying, like I'll give you an example. When Black people didn't have civil rights was like a good part of history. They should be back to that period of time. I thought that that's harmful because it's like, okay, what about all the stuff that they've done to overcome within that 20-something year period to get us to where we are today? To at least be able to advocate for some successful Black people that can appreciate what they had to go through for us to be able to get here today. They shouldn't be allowed to vote. I think that's terrible for somebody to really come out their mouth. Somebody that's educated to say a whole group of people that help build a particular society don't deserve the right to decide who is going to speak for them. I don't think that's right. And I don't think an educated person would really say anything like that, but someone did. You know what I mean? Saying all this stuff.
Is that different than saying women should not have the right to vote?
He said that too. But
no, but other people say, a lot of men say that about women.
all right. But I'm not talking about that. But if we gonna say that, then he said that too. And is that any better? No, I don't think that's any better. I don't think that's any better. But just to speaking about our particular group and our effect towards it, because it always turns into, well, what about black women? What about black women?
Well, I fit into both of them. I'm a woman.
No, I'm saying, but you're black first, and it's just like, okay, we understand that yes, women have some things, but I think women are in a pretty good space overall. The
I
opportunities
think
that
it's only
are
theirs
for
is they
women.
actually listen to it and they make those changes. If what he's saying is not actually doing anything except people hear him say it, then it's not damaging.
No, but I'm just saying in comparison to a person like Dr. King, I'm saying what he was saying was harmful and regressive to all of the progress that we've done since Dr. King. So how can you compare him to him because of that point? And that's what I'm talking about. I'm like, a lot of the stuff that he's saying is detrimental and it goes against all that. Now you can say whatever about anything else, but just to that particular point, for that, if that's what we're talking about, then yeah, I don't think he relates in any way to a Dr. King. And I feel like that's really disrespectful to the culture itself. But some people agree with that and some people don't. And it's fine because that shows that it's still a lot of work that needs to be done. I was watching a Donahue um, conversation between Minister Farrakhan, and they had him up there. I mean, this is old. Everybody probably done seen this already, but he was up there just answering questions from the crowd, from a 90s crowd, a 90s perspective. And some of the white people that was up there were saying what he's saying is scary to them and all of it. I'm like, I'm watching it. I'm like, what is scary about what he's saying? It's really just awareness of what we've gone through and just having understanding of that.
Afraid of retaliation.
And that's what he spoke to. He was like, it's not that what I'm saying is fearful. It's just that given the education of what we've gone through, you want to just sweep it under the rug like this is something that never happened. You know what I mean? And we want to acknowledge that yes, this did happen to us, and we don't want retaliation. We want reparation. You know what I mean? And that's we only want was due to us, and some of which was just look. You don't even have to we don't even have to stay here. Just give us a place where we could be, by ourselves, govern ourselves, whatever. And you guys don't come over there and just try to, burn us on fire and stuff like that. And let us live and teach our people the things that they need to learn. Right? We would love to include everybody. You know what I mean? Islam itself does include other people. The Nation of Islam is exclusive. But there's other groups that practice that faith that would include everybody in the world. But it's just everybody in the world, want to live how they want to live and what I mean, whatever. But you don't have to subscribe to that. Just subscribing to people being equal. If people gonna be equal, people gonna be equal. If they're gonna be like, okay, you're a feminist, everybody should have the same rights and this and that. All right, boom. That's fine. If that's the case, that should be for every race, every whatever, right? It should be like that, period. Egalitarian, right? Everybody got the same, everybody good. If it works like that, then we should try it. The thing is, they give it to who they want to give it to. It's selective. And we can't complain about not having it. Because it's like, all right, well, you should be happy with what we gave you, type shit. That's how it looks. So the argument is always, oh, black people always want something. They don't want to work. They lazy. Well, the Minister Farrakhan was like, yo, well, if you're abusing me and beating me up all the time, the least you could do is, you know, give me some money. You took everything from us. The least you could do is give us some money. You know, and that's just how I look at that. But
you heard?
What'd you say?
I said that's how the alleged Diddy victims feel. People said, why they get money? So you took everything. The least you could do, if I can't lock you up, the least you could do.
Least we could do is what? Make a documentary?
No, give me some money for my pain and suffering, for everything you took, for money you owe me. Yeah, then you took my booty, like allegedly.
It is allegedly though.
Yeah, I said that.
Cause I don't know, man. I just 50 come out with his gray suit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really have too much to say about 50.
Yeah, 50, don't do it. Then he gonna come back.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm a Leo. Don't do that.
Everybody
I'll be like this. At the end of the day,
some people wasn't even talking about him. They just was talking about the documentary.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep running my mouth about shit that I don't agree with. But I mean, like the thing about 50 is 50 don't like to admit it, but he a bully, like, and bullies don't like to get bullied. Did you notice that? Like, if you really like a bully, you don't want nobody else to bully you because you think your bullying is justified. Like, feel me? Because you can't control the narrative. So because he can't control the narrative, he gets upset. He lashes out.
I don't think he's a bully because a bully.
I think he is. I think he is, and he's already shown many ways. Like it's
a bully is somebody that's picking up
50.
somebody that can't defend themselves and that didn't do nothing to them.
50 done it. 50 done that before.
If I have an issue with you and I'm responding to disrespect or something, then that's not considered bullying. Bullying is nobody did nothing to you, just walk up and take their lunch money just because you feel like it and they didn't do anything to you. If you got a problem with someone, and not saying
because when you got bread, you probably be looking at shit different. Like you like, yo, I got money to get myself out of this situation. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna do it in a professional way, or I'm gonna do it in a way where it looks like I'm doing this, but I'm gonna be provocational so that I put them in a situation where they either gotta do this or they bitch up. Give you, for instance, the situation with Blueface and T.I.'s son. Blueface saying T.I.'s son looked like his girlfriend. Like, that shit wild as fuck. No, it's wild as fuck, but it's like you pick on who you can pick on. Like that shit, like, even if she do, like, yo, no, real shit though. Even if she do, I'll go on record and say, niggas don't do that. Niggas is not gonna say, yo, that's you look weird. Like this nigga.
Especially your own girlfriend. Somebody else say it, then that's different.
That's weird as fuck, nigga. Yourself, you like a nigga? You think a nigga attractive? Like, that's really how you take that shit. Like, you know what I mean? And he was pussyfooting around it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, like, woody, like, yo, that's a little weird though, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? You got your girl feeling like she handsome, like, you know what I mean? Trying to take the high road on it, like, you know what I mean? He was kind of flattered, like, I'm a little flattered that you came at me with that shit, but like, I don't want to look like your girl, bro. Like, you feel me? Like, if you want to say I'm handsome, say that, but don't be saying I look like your girl. That's weird. Like, you feel me? Like, he came like that.
He been saying saying wild stuff in interviews.
I thought King was in jail. Like, I didn't even know the nigga got out. Yo, free King. Like, you feel me?
No, I'm talking about since Blueface got out, he been saying wild stuff in interviews.
Yeah, nah. I mean, look at that nigga face, bro.
Yeah,
like,
they
real shit. Like, and no shade, nigga, because, like, respectfully, the nigga got mad shit all over his face. Like, the nigga not rap too tight.
When he had
something happened to him, right? Something happened to him. Now he got this shit all over his face, whatever. So at the end of the day, He ain't playing with a full deck. I will say this. I'll say, cause y'all in the industry, y'all, you know, whatever. I would say, yo, like, at the end of the day, you know, you said my name, so now I got a right to say whatever. Now you say whatever and let it and leave it at that. Cause y'all not gonna do nothing. Y'all not gonna do no celebrity boxing match. It ain't gonna be, you know what I mean? Ain't gonna never go to that. Y'all not gonna pop up at each other event or no shit. You know, it ain't gonna happen. They two different separate lives, whatever. But the nigga Blueface is a troll, so he got time. Like, you know what I mean? This is how he make his bread and butter. So, and they all saying it. You know, academics say everybody that's talking about it anyway. But whoever got some relevance to it, you know, he gonna feel like whatever I'm saying, I'm gonna stand on what I'm saying because he stand on his shit. And you gotta respect a nigga that's gonna stand on their shit regardless, more so than a nigga that tread, you know, backwards on the shit. Like, nah, whatever. You know what I mean? So you gotta give him respect for that. But I'm like, why you messing with that boy? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's some attention shit. It was funny as fuck though, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, it's hilarious, but it's kind of it is a little, you know.
No, because he even said that about his son. He was like, he said somebody looked at this girl. He was on what is that, 21V? Like, he was up there and the girl came up there and he was like, nah, I can't told her to go to the left because she looked like her son. She looked like his son. And his son is disabled or has some type of disability or something. She did. I don't know. Like, it's funny because it's accurate, but that is weird because even that girl that he said, she do look like King because I looked at it and then but I'm like, yo, she do look like they related or something. Like,
I don't know. It's funny. It's just funny because like even if I'm a funny nigga, like I'll be honest with you. If I'm a funny nigga, that joke gonna come out. But what I'm saying is, for you to broadcast it, you run the risk of attracting that scrutiny. So it's like it don't matter if what you saying is like, oh yeah, nigga, you know I'm just joking, whatever. I want to smash on nigga. It's just because you said it. So at the end of the day, you could still joke it out, like, you know, because it's a funny joke, but that's a funny joke for you and your shorty. That's not a funny joke for the world, especially if you on that, like, you feel me, like.
He probably ain't think nobody was going. He probably
that shit was hilarious. That shit was hilarious, yo.
Because
he ain't try to be funny.
It wouldn't have been funny, but the fact that she
she do. Like that's what I'm saying. That's what I said. He a funny nigga for that. He a good comedian.
And when he did it about his son too, even though that's messed up, and that's why Krishan had got mad at him and she was talking shit because she seen that. But the girl really did look like their son. Like he was like, I'm not picking her. I can't pick her because she looked like my son or whatever. And then I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Yo, why would you say that? That's your son. But she did. It was true. But it's like, I don't know. Like, I feel like that too. Your son has issues or whatever. So why would you even say that? That's not funny. But she did look like him. So that, I don't know. He probably don't be thinking. He just be saying shit that popped in his head. Cause I wouldn't have said that out loud. Like I would have just.
I didn't hear. Sorry to cut you off. I didn't hear the Diddy daughter diss.
I don't know if that's really real.
You think it's AI? I never ever in my life heard their voice, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know their voice?
I heard them talk.
You heard their voice?
Sound like.
You know, do they sound the same? They both sound the same?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if that's them. They don't really sound like.
Maybe when they was younger, they sounded the same. Now they older, they don't sound like that no more. Like they tried their hardest. Like Tia and Samira, they still sound the same, don't they?
I don't think that's them. I think somebody made that.
You think somebody made them?
Made that.
Oh, made the video. All right, I won't talk about it then. Because I wanted to talk about it because I didn't listen to it. So,
I mean, we could allegedly. That shit was corny anyway.
It was corny?
Allegedly.
Don't waste my time.
Yeah. Allegedly, his twin daughters, I don't know their names, but his twin daughters, by Kim.
Tweedledee and Tweedle.
Don't say that.
What?
And then, because we don't even know what that's at, but allegedly they made a diss record against 50 Cent, and it was like cutesy, like it wasn't even no real, like, I don't know. It didn't. I don't know if that was really.
Was they dancing and shit?
It didn't match. It was like the audio in the video was just like videos of them. I don't think.
Well, shit. I don't know. I'll probably listen to it later. But I do want to talk about Fabolous kickback. Yo, shout out. Listen.
Well, the whole Let's Rap About It, Mano, Dave East.
They did, but you know, like we had to rate all of them, and like 1 through 5, because it was 5 of them, right?
Well, 4 of them. You ain't finished saying what we talking
about.
Nah,
I said it.
This record.
4 through 4. Best out of 4 out of all of them in that order. I would say Mano should have went first. No shade. Just from an artistic perspective.
This was better than Fabolous?
Nah. Listen. This is from least to greatest. Best of 4. 4 being number 1, right? But starting at the bottom, first track to go would be Mano, because there's only 4 of them. Like, what the fuck? Like, I can't give it like a 10. I'm gonna put it out of that shit.
Oh, I thought you were saying Mano should go first, like he should have been the first one rap.
I mean, yeah, because get it out of the way type shit. No shade, like, but that first, then Jim Jones, no shade. Jim Jones, like low key, because you gotta think about it, like it's like supposed to be retaliation to the artist, so they using all of the artist's beats, all of his bags, right? So each one of the disses is using a different 50 Cent beat if people listening to it. So you know what song they using for this, what song you use, like nobody used Many Men, you know what I mean? Like it's so many beats they could have went through and used, but I like the creativity because the beat that Jim Jones used was kind of more for Jim Jones style, and Jim Jones just didn't really body it the way that he probably should have bodied it. It could have been like a commercial banger if he would have did it the right way, but he didn't do it. Like he was really trying to
I think they just playing
tough
with it.
guy.
They ain't really trying to.
But even to that, like, okay. So then Dave East did his regular shit. He probably had some shit he had memorized or whatever that he wrote on the flight.
He wasn't even talking about
I mean? It was just like a general type of shit. You know what I mean? He made one reference about something where he said he probably wanted to listen to. Oh man, I forgot what he said, but that reminded me of something. It was like he rather listen to this. He said BG was coming out. He rather listen to Bling Bling or something like that. So
he said your girl got hot showers.
I'm getting to that. But I think like what we don't really take into consideration is flow, cadence, consistency, style, and the beat selection. Like it just sounds good because of the beats that you choose and the rhythm that you take with that said beat. So that's why I said I kind of fuck with that a little bit as a good second place joint to Fab, because it really is smoother. You know what I mean? Like Mano shit was hard. Like that's why I said like Mano shit was hard in the beginning. First few bars, like it was really hard. Like I like the metaphors. I like the way he came at it. The beat, it was a really good beat selection. I'm not gonna hold you. It really was a good beat, but he didn't come with the bars that go with a beat like that. Like he should have went like I think I said to my sister, he should have went Eminem with that beat. Like he should have went like really
more
lyrical, probably use more syllable cadences, just like really like spread it out and really like a vicious like Wu-Tang type of way, like trying to hurt you type of shit, because that's that type of beat. That type of beat is like really aggressive. So it was supposed to be like that. He ain't do it like that. So that's the only reason I say Jim Jones before him, because Jim Jones used that beat. It was for him, like type shit. Like it's like, yo, who chose that beat for you type shit? Like you knew this, you know what I mean? Like I don't know, like when you listen to music, like you hear how people sound on certain shit, like Party Track. Like his shit, like it's like gangster Party Track, but it wasn't like, it didn't give me the same energy that it should have gave me, because he was trying to be too gangster. Like,
He's okay. So you say he should have.
I ain't talking about Fab either.
He wished that he could do it like Eminem, because like a R-A-P-P-E-R, that's a lot of S-A. Wait a minute, he didn't just spell rapper and leave out a P, did he? R.I.P. Rest in peace, Tupac and Biggie. Rest in peace, both of y'all should be living. But I ain't trying to beef with him because he might put out a hit on me like TPD. Get him. But yeah. So no, but some people, they could only write a few lines. They can't make a whole verse that's good because they not really. He didn't start rapping until he went to jail. He said he
like rappers, like any rapper. I commend any rapper, anybody that can make some shit that rhyme and be talking about something or telling a story or bigging themselves up. I gotta give them all their flowers for being able to do it, because some people get frustrated. Like it takes time to really do a really good rap. And some people could do it in 2 minutes. Some people could freestyle something that's really good and then probably tweak it. Some people could just be comfortable with their freestyle. Some people want some shit that you gotta think about. Some people want some shit that you know as soon as you hear it. Like it's so many different types of rappers, so many different types of styles. It's hard to say this nigga not this, because I just listen to people rap and I hear that, yeah, there's some people that rap using one letter cadences, like, you know what I mean, like, or schemes rather, you know what I mean, like a b b rhyme, right, versus people that do a b c d a b c d a b c d a b c d rhyme, which is a lot more difficult, a lot more challenging, and it still got to make sense purposely. Like, this is how I want it to sound. This is what I want to say. This is how I want to talk about it. You know what I mean? And
yeah, it's like really, in the way you pronounce the words.
The way
like,
you pronounce the words, absolutely. Like, every word has to be pronounced a certain way.
Break a word and then.
And the beautiful thing about me being black is I could do that with my jargon. You know what I mean? And I have even more words to come up with. But it's not so much about the words, it's trying to convey the story arc. Like, if I'm describing something, I'm saying these words so that I can illustrate what I'm trying to illustrate in as little as possible, because I only have a certain amount of time in between the hook. If I'm doing a song, if it's just a continuous loop, then I could just rap forever, which I love to do anyway. But if I'm trying to make a song, it's harder for me to formulate it, so I got to say it a certain way to make it fit and still be able to say it within the bars. And sometimes it might not be on beat. Sometimes I might catch the beat back or whatever. I do a different way. You know what I mean?
And
I
that's
don't
what
like
I
to
was
ride
saying
the beat
about Gino too. I think that he there was a part where that's what made me not like it too, because he was off beat at some point to me. Like, he was saying too many words and it didn't go right. He didn't say it right for it to like flow.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I only know him for like really, and no shade, I only know him for like one track. You know what I mean? And not an album,
He still
not
makes
a
music, but it's not as
mixtape.
big as
Yeah, but that's my fault. You know what I mean?
It's not commercial music.
I didn't take the time to look into his mixtape bag or look into whatever music is circulating, whatever. I just only
I don't
listen
to
to
him either. The only reason why I heard some more stuff is because he got the Lobby Boys. Him and Jim recorded themselves the Lobby Boys, and they got an album out, and then they got a song with Jim. And like there's collab, it's always a collab. I don't really like no music that besides High Hater, but that was commercial. But all the songs that that I like besides High Hater is with other people on it. It's not a song by himself.
What about Fab?
I love Fab. Fab is he had the best verse than everybody. Well, I love his music. I don't want to say I don't know these people. I love his music, and I think Fab verse was the best than everybody, and then Dave East. But the only thing Dave East was talking about, he wasn't dissing him. He just was rapping. His diss
was like, it was a diss, but it was like a general diss, like nigga, like he was like talking like a general nigga. Like I'm not talking about if I was talking about 50, this what I would say about him.
No, he rapped like how he normally rap.
He did have slights. He did have slights in his bars. He had slights. Slights is like little snaps. He did. Like that's what I'm saying. I'm listening to it, but I know he just wanted to rap on that beat. That's just
I don't think Dave East don't want to be in no drama. Like he just trying to get the bag.
Like man, if you really like, if I got like a whole string of industry rappers like Jadakiss get up with me, Cassidy get up with me, I don't know, Kendrick Lamar get up with me, J. Cole get up with me, and we all get together and they like, yo, we want to take down Drake. I want you. We need you in it. Pause. I'm near, nigga. What you want? Do your research. Do whatever analytics, whatever, nigga. Come up with a 16. Here's the beat. Metro just made it. What? Alright, listen to it. Bet. Do your 16. We gonna extend it to a loop. It's gonna be like a 5-minute track. All of us gonna be on it. No hook, nigga. Just straight bars, nigga. Eating this nigga up. Pause. I'm like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah, but based on, because I be watching their podcast, Let's Rap About It, and I just think even with the Max B situation when he went to the dinner or the party that they have for Max B, he told Jim that he was going, because they're all cool outside of that. Like they met through business, but they actually be hanging out or whatever. And he talked to him, and Jim was, he already had a relationship with him. They made a song together or made a mixtape or something when Max was like before he got locked or something. He already knew him somewhat. So, he talked to him. I don't know what he actually said, but he did tell him that he was going there. It wasn't like a surprise. And he said before, like, if it ain't coming to blows or y'all not about to kill each other or something. Well, he said generally speaking, he wasn't actually talking about that, but they had a discussion of like, how would you feel if your ops or somebody you don't mess with or whatever? And then Dave was like, well, what if they make up? Then you looking, because y'all was cool at one point, and Max said he don't want no drama or whatever. Like, and he's, he coming out, he trying to get money and trying to enjoy the rest of his life now that he's free or whatever. And Jim still feels some type of way, but he didn't say, he don't talk about him or nothing, but like he ain't fucking with him or whatever. And Bane was like, I'm on your side, whatever if you don't fuck with him, then I don't fuck with him. Like, it is what it is or whatever with anybody. Or he's like, if I call you my friend, then whatever. But Dave is like, if it ain't, y'all don't want to fight, you're not about to unalive each other, nothing, then I'm not getting that. Because then what if y'all make up? If it's not that bad or whatever, then y'all make up. He's saying hypothetically.
I think it's dumb if you gonna be involved,
you should just stay out of it altogether. I don't think you should be on one side.
Like, yeah, mind your business, because at the end of the day, if they don't want you to be a part of it, then don't be a part of it. I feel like sometimes though, I don't know, like emotional people, they'll react differently. Like, why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't like what? Like, I'll be mad. Like, I don't know. I'll be upset if you try to be like, yo, why you ain't tell me this? Why you? I'll be like, nigga, you crazy. You a grown person. Like, what the fuck? I'm supposed to tell you.
Yeah, because some people petty, because I feel like it's not like Mano said, because he said, if y'all not gonna unalive each other, that's what Dave said. And Mano was like, but what if I want to hit you? What if I want to fight? He was like, well, then you could fight, and then it'd be over with. Like, it's not, if it's something that you could get over or whatever, or then, because it could be like that, like you make up and now you pick the side, and then it's like they made up. Now you just look dumb. Now you're not. You stop talking to the other person just because of them, and they made up because they was already cool prior to whatever happened. Like, then it's like, but I think that's how Dave is. Like, he just want to get money. He don't want to be. That's why he didn't really say nothing about 50 like that, because even when they be talking about it, he don't be saying nothing. Like, when they be talking about certain stuff on the podcast, like he have an objective answer. Like, he don't really be. And Mano is messy too. That's why it's when, like, he's the main one that's like, because when 50 Cent said that they're squatters or whatever, so that's why they made that. But Mano responded first because he posted that picture with 50 Cent in that wig, and he was like, it's a shame that I have to go at you now because, you know, you put me on or something. Like, I don't know, or you helped me in my career or something. But
nah, because you know what's funny? Academics came at Mano and was saying Mano like a punk. Like, he gonna come at me, but he ain't gonna come at 50 with all that energy. And they made a whole diss track about that nigga.
But so, he was talking junk before that. He was posting me.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, that's his response. Like, yeah, you were saying all this, but yeah, what you about to say now? Like, I just made a diss track. Now you gotta respond. Like, what's good? He ain't no rapper.
Academics just need to stop saying.
But Academics, he reports the news.
Because Mano and 50 Cent is like the same. They both petty. They both, because Mano, he just, even the stuff he be saying on the podcast, I'm like, why would you say that? And like, he said he blew somebody's car up. I don't know. Maybe he made it up, but he was like a promoter. He felt like he was playing with him, like playing games or whatever. He kept saying the show was supposed to start at this time or whatever. Like, he was playing games. He wasn't in the car though, but he blew it up. He had a bottle of liquor, and then he put his shirt in it, stuffed it in the top, and lit it and put it in the car. And he said he blew up his promoter's car. Like, even if you did that, I don't know if he did. Mano is crazy. But why would you go on a pot and then they, like, allegedly, he was like, no, not allegedly, I did that shit. And he was like, and then his manager or somebody called him or something. They was like, yo, so-and-so's car blew up. And then they like, oh, I don't know what happened. That's crazy. Like, so you told them you ain't know what happened. This was years ago. But you told them you ain't know what happened, but now you're going to get on the podcast and talk about it? And why?
Because what's wrong? These motherfuckers, the attention is the money. The more likes, views, subscribers.
No, but that's him, because they be telling him, like, he be saying some wild ass shit, and they be like, yo, we going to a commercial break, and then they cut out a part, like, because they be like, yo, Mano, what is you doing? They're like, when we get $1 billion, then we gonna smoke crack, right, Spizzo? That's what you said. You said it. He was like, I said that. It's Fabolous. That's what Lino said. He said, I said that? He was like, yeah. And then Jim talk about, yeah, I remember too. I was there when you said it. And he was like, you said when you get $1 billion. He was like, yeah, because you got to do something that you never did before, when you get that much money, like you can't be normal. Like you gotta try. Like you just try it one time. And then he was like, "Nah, that's crazy. I'll just stick to weed. Like you tripping." He was like, "It ain't nothing that you." He was like, "Nah." And then Fabolous was like, "I don't remember saying that shit or whatever." And then they was lying though, because Jim said he heard him. He was like, "It was here. You did say it or whatever." And then it was lying, because he was like, "Yeah, it was at so and so's house." And then Jim said somebody else said it. He was like, "Yeah, nah, y'all lying, because you said it was at this person's house." Then you said,
yeah, they
like,
be wilding. They be wilding with each other. They be saying anything, but I think it's good for the culture, this little battle, and I want to hear what 50 gonna say, because 50 be putting out little cryptic messages talking about he trying to plan a New Year's event, but after that he gonna come out and play. So I'm like, oh, all right, bet. So who he talking about?
He's making a part 2 of that documentary too. He ain't finished.
Shit.
He got more.
When Diddy get out of jail, it's gonna be funny as fuck, bro.
It's gonna be funny because Diddy can't rap. What he gonna do? He gonna kill him?
I don't know. It's gonna be something, but it's gonna be funny. It's gonna be hilarious.
He gonna get pneumonia like everybody else.
Yo, you heard about the petition to deport Nikki Minaj back to Trinidad? They got like over 1,000 petitions, or up to 1,000 petitions. Huh?
Why are they trying to do that?
I guess because she had talked at a
because she's on Trump's side. She a conservative.
Point USA. Yeah.
Why are you trying to get? Because they're saying that FBA again, that people that are not FBA should not be.
How do you feel about that?
I think they're only saying that if they're against you. If it's an ally, then you're not saying that. People have the right to their opinion. Like I don't think she should get deported because because of her political view. Like that's crazy. Funny. But then again, it's also crazy because you're a rapper and the stuff that you talk about in your music doesn't even have a place in politics. Just like when what's her name, Kamala or Kamala, however you say her name, she brought out Megan the Stallion, Meg the Stallion.
Is that any better, or is that worse, or is it the same?
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't have that's why I use that example. It doesn't have a place in politics. Like that should not be. It's not for entertainment.
Nicki Minaj came out and made statements, a professional manner. She talked to the public.
But with her background.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, if you know who she is, and I'm not saying that some of the people or the majority of the people or whatever number of people didn't know who she is. But if you know who she is, you wouldn't think that, wow, she get up there and really make a professional statement. She didn't get up there and sing one of her hit songs or do something like that. Just like the same thing with Ice Spice coming up to the children's promotion for the SpongeBob movie, because she was going to do a voiceover.
With no damn clothes on.
Like, I would say, yeah, that still was terrible, but you knew what you was getting there. But at least she didn't perform none of her songs in front of those kids, and she wasn't naked in front of those kids.
That was hella.
So if nobody knew, then it is what it is. Versus a girl going on tour, going to like everybody damn school performing her booty hole brown. Like, come on, man. Like, I mean, they both not good, but I would say, shit, a premiere for a cartoon, they kids, like, yeah, you might be like, all right, she got a bathing suit on underneath her clothes. Like, you know what I mean? That's how kids could look at it. But you could look at it however. Maybe they was going in the water after that event. I don't know why she would come out there like that. Ain't no excuse for that.
It depends on the age group of the kids too. Like, how old was these kids down?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. To be objectifying her in a sexual manner, like, I don't think that that's what's going on. I think that it's more the parents that feel some type of way about it.
Like, to not show up.
I would agree. That's a PR issue because she's young in the industry, but she she'll care herself.
And she's been more covered up other time. Now you want to be naked at some shit like that?
Because she know it's gonna get publicity like damn near worldwide. That's SpongeBob. Everybody know about SpongeBob, and that's the problem. When you cater into the kid audience, you still know that you're getting adult eyes too. The adults are bringing the kids to the movie theater. Dad seeing this vixen, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, son, we can go see.
Oh, because her voice, she's doing one of the voices.
Yeah, she's doing one of the voices. Yeah, but that was the premiere event or some shit.
Yeah, but that's why she was, because people were saying, why was she there in the first place?
And I said a joke. I was like, yo, she probably was going to the SpongeBob premiere after party event. Like, you know what I mean? She just ain't want to get dressed twice. Like, you feel me? It's a lot of work.
She shouldn't cover. They was talking about it on Joe Budden podcast, and Joe was like, because Ish and the other dude, Ice, it was like totally inappropriate.
It is.
And Joe was like, I agree. He was like, but y'all, like, who cares? It's not that serious. So how y'all think? Like,
that's how I feel too. I never agree with Joe. So for me to say that is like, it's not even the lesser of no two evils. There's no other evil. It's like it is what it is. You get what you expect. Like, but it's not her areolas wasn't showing.
They probably didn't know that she was gonna be there. And if they knew that she was gonna come,
maybe she would have been more presentable. Maybe, you know.
No, I'm saying people wouldn't have come if they knew she was gonna be there dressed like that. People wouldn't have brought their kids. Some people.
I thought you were saying maybe if she knew she was gonna be there, she would have been dressed more appropriately.
I'm pretty sure she knew about the premiere because if she's in the movie, she had to know.
I told you she was dressed for that after party.
She retarded. Oh, so we can't say that.
No, we can't.
The R word, sorry. Christian said he's gonna punch Diddy in the face too.
Who's Christian?
King Combs. His real name is Christian.
Who's that? The son?
Yeah, the one that looks like.
Oh, you gonna punch him? That nigga can't fight. I
mean, punch 50 Cent. I think I said Diddy.
Punch 50 Cent.
Yeah.
Kai Cenat girlfriend cheats with NBA young boy allegedly.
Anybody that sleep with somebody that people are saying that they have herpes.
I don't think that's true.
We don't know though. That's the thing. And you think he gonna tell you?
But no, but this is bullshit that be online. This is the problem with shit that be online. So now the reason I'm talking about it is because there is another alleged thing connected to Kai Cenat. Kai Cenat said that he's single and he never want to be in a relationship again. This was a recent post that he put up. So it's like, okay, what's going on? And then someone said that academics put out that the reason that he's not with her is because his girl is allegedly with NBA YoungBoy, who is allegedly
NBA
married.
YoungBoy is married.
He's married, right? Exactly. So he's married, and I don't know, like the internet, they always want to smear up negative stuff about people, about young people, about just people that are doing okay. Like if you're involved enough,
anybody that's famous, you on a chopping block. That's how it goes.
they come in.
You gotta hide your business or be private.
Yeah.
Some people you never hear about.
And he can't because this is how he makes his bread. Like, so he gotta be out there like that. So him trying to be in a relationship, and they were showing highlights of certain things in his relationship, like his girl wanted a truck. She wanted a big I forgot what kind of truck they said, but it was like one of those fashion trucks, but she wanted a pink one with a big ass truck that cost some bread.
A Sprinter bus?
A what now?
A Sprinter?
Was it that? It looked like something like that.
It's like a tour bus.
But it was pink. Yeah, some shit like that. It looked like that.
Yeah, it's probably a Sprinter.
But she wanted that. She wanted one of them shits. And he was like, nah.
For what? What do she even do? Those people, when they have those, they be on tour, or they like the baddies use that because they're on tour too. They travel to go do their reality show or whatever. Yeah. Regular people don't just be driving them around. Like, what are you doing that you need a Sprinter? Like, you just wanted just to have it?
Yeah. Yeah. She just want that shit. She want what she want, and he gonna get it for her, or he not gonna get it for her. If he tell her no, what's gonna happen?
He broke up. She was pretty. She probably did sleep with NBA Youngboy, but he got a wife.
That's crazy, though. How you gonna say that?
Well, I don't know. I'm saying it's possible. I don't know the girl. I don't really know how. I mean,
this dude was saying, black love is out the window now. Ain't no more black love. Black love is over. It's about to be the year of the passport bros. They said
they were Papoose and Clarence was on the Breakfast. Clarissa Shields was on.
Clarence, wow, you old. She'll come for you. She'll come for you, and she'll offer you enough money for you not to say no, and then you're gonna be like, "I'm not trying to fight that girl." Like, girl, you better fight her. Come on, let's get ready.
He trained the people too. They was on the Breakfast Club, but everybody was clowning her because you said black love. Like Papoose always used to talk about that with Ram. Like he always, like but every time when he say something, every time like she was like, yeah, she was just talking and he just completely like he was like, okay, my album coming out. Like he just cut her off and said my album coming out, or my new album is out, or whatever, like in a mid-sentence, and it ain't had nothing to do with what she was saying. She was talking about their relationship and people thinking whatever people think and they don't really know what's going on. And she was like, and what she said even made no sense. She talking about we've been together for a year and a half, almost 2 years or whatever. A divorce takes time. It'll be 2 years in September. Girl, how is a year and a half? It'll be
chill, yo. Like, let her be, yo.
You got 9 months. 9 months
let
away.
Let her be, yo. This is what she doing. Like, she taking advantage of the time. She in love. She beating women behind, man. She living her best life. Let her live her life, man.
No, but it was funny how he just ignored it. She was like, yeah, like she would just said a whole spiel about their relationship and whatever, and then he was like, yeah, so my album is out. Like he just cut her off.
Some shit too. He about to have some issues.
She was sitting in the back at first. She wasn't even sitting with him. Like you could see her, but he was sitting at a table and she was like sitting in the chair, like up against the wall. And they were talking to him. I'm like, why is she sitting back there? Why is she not even sitting at the table? And then eventually Charlamagne was like, give her a chair. Like you could pull up a chair. You could come up to the table.
She always training. She like Goku.
I don't know. She just talked too much, and I think because he was looking at her. He was getting annoyed because she was. First of all, you shouldn't even be speaking on that because you talk about their relationship and what they had going on. Like you really shouldn't be speaking on that because you were not in. Regardless of whatever he told you, like he was just looking at it for a few minutes. Then he probably was like, "All right, enough. My album is out, so go get that." Like, and then he just. They was like, girl, you need to just stop. Let that man go back to his wife and
Nah, what? Go back to his wife.
That's what people were saying because it was like because she was
like
dumb.
I don't know.
Like
I think
it don't seem like he really cared. Like if you pay attention to stuff that he's doing, like
he might marry her. Like he might marry her and anything. Then what? If he marry her, then what?
Just because he married
we need
her,
that black. We need that black love. We need that back. We need to know what it's like.
We talking about that no more. They were like the spokesperson for Black Love when he was with Remy. You don't say that shit no more. You don't even.
Let me fuck that up.
And she was like, she had a man, and why is this so wrong? And you could tell he was annoyed. Like, girl, shut up. Like, that's just, he let her talk for a few minutes, and then my album's out. Go cop that. And then he brought somebody else was up there. It was like, and this is so and so. He produced it or whatever. You trying to tell her like, shut up. You talking too much. And who was the interview for? She didn't even have to come. Like, I think it was for Pat Hoops. It wasn't for her. She just came here with him. But that's why her ass was sitting here.
It wasn't no press thing for no fight she got coming up or nothing. People used to talk about.
It was talking about that one that just passed with the guy he got beat up. That's not a real boxer.
Oh damn! You gotta say it like that, Jake Paul.
Because she was like, because it was like, what do you think about it? And then she was like, I don't even know why. Like they is doing like it should not even be happening. Like this should. That's what she said.
That was dangerous, yo. Like he could have died, yo. He could have died. If he would have died, I think they would have like sued that nigga.
Nobody told your dumb ass to go up there. You think
he had to screw up his jaw and all this other shit. Like, he really wanted to punish that motherfucker. That shit was crazy. The minimum purchase of $5 is required for all credit and debit cards in Connecticut. That is actually illegal.
Yeah, because they're supposed to charge
They're not supposed to charge shit. They're not supposed to charge shit. Only government shit. They're not supposed to charge you shit.
Well, if they're making it required, then they must be able.
Yeah, I mean, they could get fined for that shit. Like you could say something to them, but
not if they're making it. If it's a bulletin, they must have changed the law or something to make it.
That's the rule. That's the rule. I'm going to look it up for you.
That's what I'm saying. So it's not illegal if they're saying it's required now.
No. I'm saying it's still illegal. It's still illegal.
They're not gonna do nothing about it. What you gonna do? You gonna call the cops?
I mean, shit. I mean, if you one of those annoying ass people like a Karen or something, and you come there, you print that shit out, come there with the statute, and then be like, "Yo, I'm gonna bring you to court," and then you waste all your money bringing them to court, and you get $5 back.
Well, it's not even that. It's like when you go and they be like, they've been doing that. Like when you go there and they be like, you gotta, like if you go to the gas station or something, you use a card and you get like some snacks or something, they be like, you gotta spend at least this for them because they charge them a fee to use the card reader. Yeah. So they've been doing that already. Like if they actually charge you, well, unless you don't spend enough, then they'll charge you the extra. The difference, but normally they be like, you gotta spend a certain amount if you're using a card. It can't be under $5 or under $3 but now they're putting a specific dollar amount, but they always did that. And then if you don't spend enough, then they just add the difference onto your card. So, but nobody, I mean, some people it's gonna, because this girl was saying, there was a video and she was saying that she was like, you know, you can't do that. That's illegal, right? And he was like, my boss is doing it, not me, or whatever. She was, but I don't know whatever happened. I think what you gonna do, really? things that work.
She gonna get out there. She gonna lay on the ground in front of one of the pumps and be like, "Nobody using this pump until you give me my rights. Call the police."
Well, if you're getting gas, then you should be spending at least $5 because how much?
Some people might be running on fumes and they gotta put something in there, and they might only have $5 or less than that.
Yeah, so that's enough. If you want to put $2,
but $2, they might need $2. I might get them a gallon. I might get them 1 gallon, or I might get them half a gallon. But shit, it's better.
$2?
I mean, like, your car, you gotta think about it. You could get like 15 miles off of a gallon. So if you using like,
you can't go nowhere. Really.
2-3 gallons. Yeah, you can go to the gas station.
Yeah, go to the gas station again. Exactly, because that's not enough. Like, what the heck? Especially
you could go somewhere. You could go somewhere, but you gonna.
Yeah, depending on what type of car that you got.
Couple miles. If you local, you don't want to go out of town and you got that.
That's what I'm saying.
But if you gotta go somewhere to get some bread, you could do that, and then you'll be able to put some more money in your tank.
Go back to the gas station. Yeah. Put some more.
Go to the gas station.
But I was saying, if you go in there, I know they said to you before, like, if you go in certain stores, they be like, you got a convenience store, you gotta spend a certain amount to use a car.
Yeah, they be doing.
But and that's the only reason why they doing it, because they get charged that fee. But shit, that don't got nothing to do with us. That's what comes with.
Why you ain't get the shit that don't charge you a fee? Stop being a cheapskate.
They all do. It's the card reader. It charges you to you. It takes a percent
at Walgreens and shit.
Even it's like the ATM. Unless you go to the bank. But even transfer money from your own account to another account, they will charge you, unless you let it 3 to 5 business days or 7 to 10, whatever. Like, but if you want it instantly, they will charge you to do that, to transfer money. Like, it's my damn money. How you charging me to take my money out of my account? It's a ripoff. And somebody, Soulja Boy, he said they only gave him $30,000. He was trying to take money out the bank, and he said all they could give him is $30,000. But I guess he wanted to take out more, and because they didn't have that, it was like he got to come back. They didn't have that amount or something, and then people were saying that they be taking people, like, the banks don't have over a certain amount of money, like, because they're using it for loans and stuff. They're taking 10% of that, like, to give people loans and stuff like that. They're repurposing the people that put a lot of money in the bank or whatever. That people that's like, are high income, they take their money out, and then they don't notice until, because you're not just taking out large sums of money. Like, I don't know why Soulja Boy, what he was doing, trying to take. I don't know how much he was trying to take out, but would you even need $30,000 in cash for? What did you do? Like, I don't know, but and that's what they say. You need to take it out and put it into something. That's what this guy was saying, some type of policy. And but then even with that, if you take money out of that, then it's a penalty. So, like, they still, at least you can still take it, and they're not saying you can't have it, but it's a penalty, so they still take it something. It's like, you take our taxes, take money out the taxes. Like, it's like ridiculous. I always think about that episode. I just posted it on my story the other day. Like, that episode of The Cosby Show. When Theo, he was like, this is the real world, because Theo thought it was sweet. Like, he just thought everything's gonna be so easy, Like, you just go out and be living life and you're going to be good. And he's like, so what you going to do? He's like, I'm going to be a supermodel. And he was like, okay. And he was like, so let's just say, well, he's starting out. He don't have a job yet. He's trying to be a supermodel, okay? He was like, all right, so I'm going to start you off. You get paid. You work somewhere at a cafe or something. You get paid $350 a week. Well, this was back in the day. $350 a week. You get $1,200 a month. And then he was like, your rent at least $400. Yeah, right. I wish. Your rent gonna be at least $400. He was like, cool. I still got this amount. And he was like, then you need a car. You need insurance, and you he was like, he had to do something. I don't know. Like, the money just kept going down. He's like, take money for this, take this and that, or whatever. He was like, how much you got left? He was like 200. And he was like, I'm cool. I paid my rent and everything, and I still got $200. He was like, you haven't eaten yet. And then he took another 100.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And then he was like, I'll just eat bologna. And so he was like, okay. He was like, do you want a girlfriend? And he was like, of course. And then he took the last 200. He's like, you ain't gonna have nothing if you. That's it. That's gonna take the rest of it. So you thinking, and that was low at that time because he's like $400 rent for this. But he didn't have no lights. He had to have candles because there was no lights.
Yeah, he was living rough.
He couldn't afford he went to the diner and he had no money for that. He tried to take a loan from the bank and he got denied. And Rudy was supposed to be the banker. That is funny. I feel like people should do that with their kids. Like, they should do a scenario, the real world. Like, this is what you think. Okay. That would be funny. And Cockroach was his lawyer. He was like, he was like, I love your house, your family, because he thought it was funny. He's like, where's my stuff? They took all his furniture and stuff out of his room. He's like, this is an unfurnished apartment. It don't come with this. Like, oh, you thought they come with it? I mean, some people do, but you probably got to pay extra if the furniture's still in there. And then, do you really want somebody furniture?
Yeah. A lot of people get it's called turnkey. A lot of people get that pre-furnished because then you don't got to buy certain things. Some things you probably want to get, like tables and your mattress and stuff. The mattress don't be in there. But sometimes they do. But I won't want nobody mattress. It might be like fucking Hellraiser mattress. You lay on that shit and then that shit eat your body and shit.
It eats your body.
Yeah. Take your
and
flesh
come out and chain you up.
Yeah.
So what was the next thing?
Trump announced a strike on ISIS in Nigeria.
A strike of what? Like,
I guess military strike. Like with maybe like an assault.
Assault on Precinct 13.
On ISIS.
I know. I was joking because it's a movie called.
I know.
Assault on Precinct.
You don't remember the original though, from way back in the day.
I didn't watch either one. I just remember when that came out.
It was a good movie. I just watched The Running Man too recently. Like, that was good. Miami was a good movie. Just watched it the other night.
Some weird movies.
I found out a fun fact about Halloween. Halloween is supposed to be a sequel to Black Christmas. They called it a spiritual sequel because it's not really like actually the sequel, but the storyline kind of complements. But the only difference is because like the killer in Black Christmas, or the leader, I'm sorry, in Black Christmas.
Lady, wasn't it?
Huh?
Wasn't it a lady?
No, it was a dude, yo. But
he was dressed like a woman or something.
He I don't know, like, because they didn't really show him in the original. They didn't show him. He was like in the attic, and he kept on calling from inside the house, and they didn't know. And then finally, they traced it at the end of the movie. Found out that he was in the house.
Yeah, broke out of a mental.
Yeah, but they didn't even know. They didn't even piece all of that together because the original, they never had a continuation of what happened. But then later on, they had 2 adaptations. They had one that came out in like 2003 or something like that, and then one that came out like 2017. And each one was like a reboot, and then the other one was like a different adaptation of the movie.
There was a movie called The Post that I watched, and this guy's son was beaten to death, and he found him when he was jogging. Like he was jogging, he seen him laid up. So then he went home and called the cops, and it was kids from his school that did it. Somebody sent him a video of the kids kicking him, or that they had posted on social media, but then they deleted it. And then the school was protecting them because those kids was on the football team. So like they wouldn't investigate it, had the sheriff working with them because like there was like a big thing in the town. It was like a football town or whatever, and like they got funding from the city or whatever. So like they was covering up because they didn't want the negative backlash if them boys, because they did it, because he had the video. He showed them the video, and it was like, we don't know if they go to this school. What you mean you don't know? He's showing you a video. You can see who the people are. So somebody found who the boys was, and then they unalived all of them. It was called The Post. They thought it was the father of the first boy, but it wasn't him. And the mom left him. She dead wrong. The wife left him. They had another kid. She was like, because he wasn't talking. Because he was upset. She was upset too at first, but then she's like, you're not going to work again or whatever. And then he was like, you can't do this. You gotta keep going. Like, you can't just sit here and not do nothing. And then he wouldn't talk. He wouldn't respond. And then she was like, if you do this again, you got one more, this the last day or whatever. Like tomorrow, if you keep not responding, then you can't. I don't know what's going on with you, but you need to get it together. Like, what you mean you don't know what's going on? Your son was murdered. Like, that's what's going on. Like, and it was, I guess you got to go to work and stuff because it happened like 3 weeks or whatever. And she did cry and stuff like that or whatever, but he was handling it different. Like, because he was upset too because they wasn't doing nothing about it. And like, they were blatantly ignoring him. He didn't know why they was ignoring him, but he was trying to solve the murder. Like, he's like, I got evidence, and they're not even doing nothing. Like, so he just was like defeated. And she was like, we got a daughter, like, you got to keep, or whatever. So then when the other kids started dying, the mom was like, she left him. She did. He came outside. He's like, where are you going? Now he's talking. Where are you going? And because she just started putting her bags in the car. She was like, I can't do this. She was like, she was like, I know what you've done. She was like, those other kids that were in the video, he didn't even deny it, but he didn't do it though. That's the crazy part. He didn't even do it. She just left him. And she was like, I can't. She was like, the only reason I won't report you myself is because you her father or whatever. So I'm not gonna report you. But he didn't even say he didn't do it. They did arrest him, but he got off because they didn't have no evidence. He didn't do it. He did go to one of the kids' house and try. He was going, but that's how you know he wasn't really built for that, to be trying to be a vigilante. He went to the last kid's house, so he did go to one house. He had the shotgun. He was going to shoot him. He broke into the house. He was standing there for so long, the dude looked up and saw him. And then he was like, who the hell are you? Or whatever. And then he started running. He had a gun. The boy didn't even have no weapon. It's a teenage boy. He's there in high school or whatever. The nigga running with a shotgun, running from him. Wow. How you got a gun and then this nigga chasing you? I was telling you, like, you better run. And he dumb for chasing him because he got a shotgun. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, I don't know. That joke was crazy. But then the real killer came back. It was the boy girlfriend. Because she seen them do it. They beat him.
Like, I don't know, like, what are some, like, really good, like, vigilante type of movies? Because I know some really good movies where it was, like, a regular person and they just went crazy. I know, like, yeah, The Punisher, everybody would probably say The Punisher would be, like, number one because it's The Punisher. But, like, outside of the comic book world, like, are there any really, like, really good, like, vigilante, like, this person, like took over?
This ain't a vigilante. It's another movie I always call Strange But True. This girl said their boyfriend died. He was hanging out the limo on the after the prom. He was like in the sunroof, like, because he was like, I love her, whatever, like. So, but the guy and the driver like, get your ass in the car, because he was like, he had his body, the top of his body, out of the sunroof or whatever. And then they got in an accident and he died. The limo driver kept telling him to get back in and stop hanging out with the thing or whatever. But he looked away. Because he said it mad time. The nigga was ignoring him. So he was like, get the fuck back. Like, the last time he said that he spazzed, but then he looked away for a second from the road. And then when he looked back, they got in an accident. The car was coming. So he died. So then the girlfriend, 5 years later, she come to the people's house. The mother and the son, they had got a divorce because the mom was like, she's sad. She never got over it. She stopped going to work. She just stopped going. I don't even think she told them that she wasn't coming. Like, she just was stopped going or whatever. And then they got a divorce. But then the girlfriend came back like 5 years later and she's pregnant. And she like, this is your son's baby or whatever. And they like, what? How the hell could that be his baby? He died 5 years ago. You just now pregnant. And she's big too. It was almost time for her to go into labor. So they really, the whole time, that's not even what she really thought that it was. The whole time she was getting raped by this guy. He was drugging her. She didn't even know. She would have blackouts and stuff, but she didn't know that that's what it was. And she thought that it was like, cause she never been with nobody else. That was at prom, the first time that was her boyfriend. And on the prom night, that was the first time she ever did anything. And even at 5 years later, she still never messed with nobody. She loved him or whatever. So that's why she thought that, because she like, I never slept with nobody else. So that's the only thing that I could possibly be, because I ain't have sex with nobody else. Whole time is these people that she met, this older couple. There's an old ass man, old nasty man. Or whatever. Like it was a man and his wife, and the father of the boy, her boyfriend, he was like sending her money to rent out. They had a cottage, like a pool house, or like like a house attached to their whatever, like a cottage attached to that was on their property. And her boyfriend's father was sending her money, because they had reconnected after he died, because he couldn't talk to nobody about it. She was the only person that understood. The mother was fucked up. She couldn't talk about it. She couldn't get herself together. So then he just started helping her. But so he was paying her rent. Then the property that she was living on, it was an older lady and a woman. It was married. They never had no kids. But she got close with them from living there. Like she would go over there every day and be talking to them and stuff, have dinner with them or whatever. But she had a separate house, but she would go in there and talk. She got close with him. All the time this nigga drugging her, he had prohypnol, and he going in there drugging her and raping her, and that's why she got pregnant. Because he has said it like, oh, I always wanted, but they never found out, by the way, because the guy killed the wife found out because she went in the basement to wash the clothes and she found the pills, the prohypnol or whatever, and she went to the pharmacy to find out what it was, because she didn't know what it was. She just seen the package with the pills or whatever, and then they told her what it was. So then she came back. She was like, "What have you done?" or whatever. He was like, and then he just explained. He was like, "I didn't intend to do it." He was like, "I got it out of the locker when I used to be a cop or whatever, and I just kept it." He was like, "I don't know what I took it for or whatever." And then he was like, "One day he was like, I don't know why I did it. I'm sorry or whatever." So the whole time that old ass man was the father. But then she started hitting him. He was like, "What have you done? You're sick. Why would you do this?" or whatever. And then she fell and hit her head and she died in the basement. But then the girl was about to go into labor, and those was like her family. Like she got close to the people, so she wanted the old lady and his wife to be there. So the brother, because remember, she had told the family, like, "This is your grandson, this is your nephew, whatever." Like, so the brother, which would have been the uncle of the baby, he had went to go visit her. She was like, "This is where I'm staying at. If you want to come in, if you want to talk, if you want to be a part of the kid's life," because she really thinks that this is his brother's kid or whatever. It's like, because she can't understand how else she didn't sleep with nobody else. She don't remember, because he was drugging her or whatever. So he goes to get him to tell them to come on. She going into labor, and then he walked by the basement and see him trying to clean up the body or trying to pick her up in whatever he was about to do with her or whatever. So he like, oh, now, and this dude is on crutches because he done broke his leg or whatever, the brother. So then the guy comes out, he's like, "I don't know what you think you saw. It was an accident." Then he tried to kill him because he called him. So now the girl in the car, she need to go to the hospital because she going into labor. Like, so she ended up having to drive herself. She's like, Philip, come on, Philip. Like, she's screaming from the car, but this nigga trying to kill him. He done knocked him out. He done dug up. He hit him with the gun. He had a shotgun. He just hit him with it and knocked him out. And he dug a grave in the backyard. He wasn't even dead. He was about to bury him alive. And then, because he was just knocked out or whatever. But then the parents came because he would talk. The mom called when he was like, "I'm with so-and-so," and she, but the phone dropped. Like, he dropped his phone on the ground when he was talking to the mother. So that's why they came there looking for him. or whatever. And then she kept trying to call him and she couldn't get him because then he couldn't pick up his phone. The guy started chasing him and he had crutches already, dropped his crutches, everything. So the parents get to the house, they're like, has Philip been here? Now the father knows these people because he be coming to visit the girlfriend, the son's girlfriend or whatever, because they got close after he died. They reconnected. Then so he would come and visit. He knew she was staying there, but the mom didn't know. And they was divorced, so that he didn't talk to her or whatever. So he knew the guy. He was like, has my son Philip been here? Because we're looking for him. We're trying to reach him and we can't find him. He was like, oh no. And it was like, and the daughter might be going into labor. It was like because he did say that before the phone dropped. He was like, she's going into labor or whatever, but then he dropped the phone and then it hung up or whatever. So he's like, no, he hasn't been there, but when now he lying. When the wife come back from the grocery store, we're gonna come with you to the hospital. They probably went to the hospital. The wife dead. She ain't going nowhere because you done killed her in the basement or whatever. So then they leave out and then they see a crutch on the ground. And he just lied and said, oh, ain't nobody come here. The crutch is on the ground. Then they call his phone ringing, his phone's still on the ground. And they like, where's you at? Like now they go back to the house. Because the father's like, ain't nothing wrong. So the guy ended up killing himself because they got to the son. He woke up before he could put him in the ground, but he was trying to bury him. He was putting the dirt on him and he woke up. And then the parents heard him and they found him. Then the guy, he was like, it was an accident. I didn't mean to kill her. And then he just shot himself. So now nobody knows that that's the father when it went off. They don't know that this girl, that he was graping her the whole time. That's not your grandchild. It is not your nephew. Like, because the only person I knew was the wife. And he killed her and then he killed himself. But at least she had a family now because she ain't have her parents kicked her out because they thought she was crazy because that's what she was telling. Well, she didn't tell nobody else. She only told that to the boyfriend's parents or his family, and she said that to her family, and they kicked her out because they was like, she bugging. Like, and then you pregnant too. Like, and you don't know who the father is, but you come up with this stupid lie talk about it's your dead boyfriend from 5 years ago. So her parents kicked her out. That's why she went and was staying at that cottage. But at least now she has family. So, but they should have kept it going. They need to do a part 2. Like, take a DNA test so you can find out that is not. Well, find out at least that ain't the father. Because that is weird. Because how the hell? But then it was like, oh, she must have freezed the sperm or whatever. Because they was trying to come up with a plausible explanation of how the hell he died 5 years ago. And you talk about he's your baby daddy and you pregnant this current year. But I don't know, that movie was crazy. But I don't know, Vigilante, what do you think is the best Vigilante? It's not a movie, but Dexter. They need to make a movie for Dexter too. Don't you think? Hello? Dwayne. You going to sleep.
No, I'm not.
They need to make a movie called Dexter, right? You said who's a good vigilante? What's a good vigilante movie? I don't know. What you
think? I think the main vigilante movies that stand out are probably like
and you said not Marvel.
Yeah. What was that movie that I saw? Where the dude, the one with Kevin Bacon, they did this for me. I think Death Wish would probably be probably one of the more popular ones because Death Wish that was Charles Bronson. They did really bad things. They raped and did all these things to his wife, and then in turn he did it, and then they remade it with Bruce Willis. But they also got what's that movie? I Spit on Your Grave.
But is that really? I mean, is she only doing it for herself? Like she ain't do it for someone else.
I mean that's a revenge, but like I guess revenge and vigilante, those would be two different things. But I would say really
I was just about to say that.
But it's vigilante too because some of these movies they got the dude like they got a gun and they just be getting on the subway like that movie with what's her name
I know what's a good one that I don't know the name of it. And then it was one of the girls got it, and they killed one, unalive one, and then the other one got away. She swam to her house, like because she lived on the other side of the lake. And her parent was home. They ended up going to the parents' house, but they didn't know that was her parent or whatever. And they thought that she drowned or whatever. They just said like she ain't gonna survive in that, but she was a swimmer or whatever. So you've seen it. I can't remember the name of it, but she swam to the across the lake to her family house or whatever. So then the people that did it was like a guy.
Oh, last house on the left.
Yeah,
that's a revenge though.
but
that's not like
vigilante.
It's still revenge.
It is revenge, but it's vigilante because it's another person, even though it affects you because it's your kid. But I think that was a really good movie though. But that jump was crazy. He put his head in a microwave.
Yeah, that movie was crazy.
I don't like when they be doing great stuff though. I hate that. Like I wish, unless you're doing like a documentary or telling that about that or something, like shouldn't be doing it. People are dark. And boy helped them. The son. How do you feel about that? Like
which
the son,
one?
last house on the left. The son helped the other people. Like he knew what they were doing was wrong. His father, and so he helped. Like he went against his family to save the people. He shouldn't have brought the ass to the hotel. That's where he messed up. He shouldn't even brought nobody there. You know your family crazy.
I don't feel like there's anything wrong with taking a moral high ground, but oh jeez.
Bless you.
Thank you. But you also have to understand it's the same thing like with being a snitch. Like you're associated with a certain class of individuals.
No, so he was a good boy.
No, I'm saying there's nothing wrong with that, but in the sense
but they make it like it's something wrong.
Well, because in the sense of what they're about, then it doesn't fit. He should have. If he really knew, he should have just went to the. He should have just went to the police. Like at the end of the day, it's really you can't be half a little bit right. You know what I mean? Either you're right or you're wrong. And if you still committing the crime, you still allowing these acts to go, then yeah, you should still get the full punishment.
He helped it. That's what I'm saying. He helped the other people, not his family. Like
I know. The right thing. I don't know. He's still guilty by association.
He's not though, because he didn't bring them there for that. He shouldn't have brought nobody to the hotel because he know they crazy. But he was just bored. He didn't have no friends, and that's what he was just trying to hang out with some people his own age. And he thought they would leave before they came back. that's what. But he should have never brought nobody to that hotel, because if he ain't bring them, then. But it was crazy. And then he tried to tell him to grape them too. Like, why would you? Like, what kind of sick people you tell your son to do that? And he was scared. They was gonna bust him or tie his head if he didn't do what they would. That's probably how Diddy is. Like, you better do it.
That's how he is. He's so aggressive.
Yeah, he tell the kids, like, you better play ball or
play ball. Diddy's in a.
One of the kids already got accused of that.
Saying Diddy is an aggressive deviant is crazy by itself, though, because it's just like, damn.
His son was.
How do you know?
Christian was accused of it.
He definitely was.
And they said Justin would be at the freak-offs. Why would you have your son at that stuff? Like, if you don't, like, I don't know. Like, guys be weird. Like, they be. Like, I think maybe if you get, and especially if you, well, I don't know, if you're doing stuff like that anyway, you don't have no morals. But I don't know. I feel like he did, because then when they talked about, like I said before, when they talked about how he grew up and stuff, it makes sense that you would become somebody like that, because that's like classic symptom of like something is not going to be right with you. Like, a lot of people that have those backgrounds that grew up a certain way do stuff like that. So it makes sense if he do. It makes what he's being accused of believable. He was bullied. His mom was like, "You ain't better not be no bitch ass nigga. You better go out there." Well, his mom was a pimp and she sold drugs, or that's what they say. And they act weird, like they got something going on. Like, I don't know. Like,
yeah, it's kind of creepy. It was like Norman Bates, kind of.
Yeah. And even she thinks she young, wearing them Lil' Kim wigs and stuff. Like, she always have on a blonde wig. Like, just not for, like, how they say, teen-year citizen. You dressing like...
That's like 20. Frankie, ain't it? Ain't that Keisha Cole mom? Don't she be doing that?
He dead.
She is? Oh, my God.
He then died, like, years ago.
Rest in peace. I didn't know.
She had an overdose on somebody's birthday or a holiday or something, like, because she started doing drugs again.
Oh, boy.
But yeah, she thought she was. They made a movie. They got a Lifetime movie about her life in that part.
What is it called?
The Way It Is.
Oh, okay.
Not about the mother's life, about Keisha Cole's life.
Oh, okay.
And that was in it. She had I think it was the mother's birthday when it happened, or it was somebody's birthday or a holiday. I don't remember. I didn't watch it, but mom was telling me them Lifetime movies be corny now. I used to like Lifetime, but it just be too. I mean, that's different because it's a documentary, but they did one about Mary J. Blige too. I didn't watch. I started watching. I'm like, this junk is too boring. Like, I can't.
This is how I learned how to do this dance.
No, it wasn't. It was, you stupid. No, it was like a biopic, however you say it. Like, but it was corny. It was no, like, I don't know. And Keisha Cole was actually in hers. The other people, they wasn't in. Mary J. Blige, she wasn't in it. They had other actors. They had a guy that played Meech's brother on BMF.
How you gonna be in your documentary?
I don't know. And then nobody else. Well, the mom died, so she couldn't be in it. But the sister wasn't in it. Like, I don't know. I didn't watch it because they was ratchet too. I remember they had their reality show. Keisha
Cole, played by Keisha Cole.
Yeah, that's why I ain't watch it. She ain't no actress. What else she been in? They just be putting. They ain't have nobody
else. She wanted that bag. She was like, "Yo, if you gonna write a movie about me, shit, I don't blame her though. I don't blame her.
I mean, yeah, if you still here,
Get that bag, bro. Get your bags as many ways as you can get it. Life is hard, man. I want to end on a light note. We got some fun stuff. Well, fun nerdy stuff. So found out that X-Men is about Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr. How?
That's so.
Well, that's what Stan Lee said. Stan Lee's the guy who made it. He said that it's based off of those two public figures. And if you look at it, it makes sense. Charles Xavier's ideology is the turn the other cheek. He recognizes how powerful the mutant race is and how helpful they could be to society. But society looks at them as beasts, animals, less than. They discriminate against them. They don't look at them as equal to them. They don't look at them as men just like they are. They look at them as creatures. So he's like, with our power, we shouldn't use it against them. We should learn to protect them and accept it that they're never going to accept us as their brother, but at least we could acknowledge them as ours. And it's kind of like that Martin Luther King turned the other cheek, because we could do you dirty, but we won't. And so you got Magneto, who's like Malcolm X, like, nah, we gonna build our own place. We gonna have our own. We gonna make our own society. We gonna take care of ourselves.
Academy.
No, he made Genosha. Mutant Academy was Xavier. Yeah, Xavier had an institute. But Magneto had Genosha, which was an island dedicated to mutants.
Right.
And then he made New Genosha on the moon because he was so powerful he could bring the moon closer and shit, using all the metal that's inside the moon and shit. Magneto a beast, low key, but the idea is like his philosophy was like by any means necessary. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we gonna get what's ours. We gonna get our peace. And if you touch us, you're gonna have dire consequences. And Xavier was like, no, Magnus, please. Don't destroy the humans.
Magnus.
Yeah, that's his name. He was on a concentration camp.
And he got
hit
with radiation.
No, he was born a mutant, but he's a Jewish mutant.
Whose kids are they?
His family was Jewish immigrants in Germany during the Nazi period.
His parents ain't nobody?
Huh?
His parents ain't nobody?
They passed away. They was destroyed in front of them. They was human.
Oh.
Because the way that the mutant gene is.
How did it happen? You said, how did he become a mutant if he had to?
The mutant gene is a mutation. So it's like you're a human, and it's just like splitting the egg and you becoming twins or something like that. Like, that's really what it is. It's just a mutation from the regular egg. Like, and sometimes it can be a different way. It don't have nothing to do with them eating some weird food or something like that. The science behind the X-Men and the mutant universe and Marvel is that these people are human that just have genetic mutations that or gifts that God bestowed upon them. There's no backstory as to how this happened. This is just something that happens to anybody, just like people being either black or being white. But that's why they be saying they're not different, they're just gifted. You know what I mean? Like a person that...
Oh, so that would make more sense with the black and white I thought they like the Marvel characters, they have like something happened to them.
Because you gotta understand, like every so in the arcs of the comic books, there's superheroes that are like they get into an accident, they become it, or they go into some real tragic event in life, and then they become it. And then there's the meta humans and the mutants. The meta humans are in like DC comics. They call them like, it's basically mutants. But in Marvel, they call them the mutants. The mutants are just humans that have been subjected to nothing and just became whatever they became. They just exist as this. They had no take in this. There's nothing that could have prevented them from being this. Just something that happened to them. Versus in DC, where their story arc around the mutation is that there may have been some wave of experimentation that led to this happening to certain people in the planet or something like that. That made like Static Shock story arc kind of goes into that a little bit. And this made meta-humans or whatever. But the mutants is just, they were just born that way.
Mm-hmm.
So they be racially discriminated against. In the beginning, from the beginning of it, they started off just trying to beat them up. So they had to wear masks.
Oh, because they seen them and they was like, "Oh, gotta get you."
Well, some of them look how they look, no matter what. Like Beast, that nigga blue and furry. So like he could wear whatever, and he still got, he devised, technology to be able to change himself to look human, regular. Because he is human. He's just, because that's some of the crazy arguments. He'd be like, I'm a human. He's like, I'm human too. But he's just a human with a mutation.
Like he got Down syndrome.
Right. But his Down syndrome makes him super strong, blue and furry, and very agile. And he's also like one of the smartest minds in the Marvel universe. I believe he was even inducted into the what is it called? The Illuminati. They got this secret group in Marvel universe called the Illuminati, where it's like the best minds of the Marvel universe and the most powerful characters in the Marvel universe. They get together at like this like round table type setting, and they decide the fate of that universe.
So it's just like the Illuminati in the real world.
Yeah, pretty much exactly like that. And it's kind of like what they decide is what the next move is going to be. Like there's something in comic books. In both comic books, they have something called an incursion. They describe it differently, but they have something called an incursion where there's a clash of the two universes coming in together. So when all these characters, like they got the Erica in this universe and the Erica in the other universe, and they're coming together. So what they have to decide is, are they going to destroy one of the universes or one of the Earths to save this Earth, or are they going to just let it happen and not sacrifice any lives? So in all of those situations, they had to get rid of Captain America, because Captain America would always fight with them because he didn't want to sacrifice any humans just to save their own lives. So he was going to make everybody sacrifice for them, and that's not what heroes do. A hero's not going to make you sacrifice for the greater good. A hero is going to try to save you. But because he's so righteous, he couldn't see the right in that, so they had to erase his memory from that situation or remove him from that situation altogether, because they would always have to fight him.
That's what they do too. Remove you from the situation or erase you.
Yeah,
oh,
if you don't fit,
oh, you on drugs. Oh, you going.
If you don't fit the solution or you don't fit their whatever their agenda is, then yeah. Why? Like, why wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? If you were in charge of something and you needed something to be decided, would you stay on that shit, or would you be like, nah, I'm not gonna do this because shit, I'm not getting nothing out of this. But if you get something out of it, huh?
I said I wouldn't be in the Illuminati.
No, I'm not saying in the Illuminati. I'm saying if you was in charge of some shit.
I mean, that's my job.
Yeah, like, yo, like, it's either like, yo, I gotta make this decision.
In a decision where I'm responsible for people's
lives. Yeah, if you not with it and you against it, and I gotta make this decision, I don't give a fuck about what you gotta say if it's a decision that needs to be made. Cause in that shit, you gotta decide. Like, you really basically destroying a whole nother planet just to save your planet. Like, are you wrong for that? Because you still saving your planet, but you destroying. You gotta also think about it too. You could still save billions of people. So even though, yeah, you sacrifice billions of people, you could save billions of people, or you sacrifice even double billions of people. So at least you still salvage something. So then, how would you decide like which Earth is more important? Like, it's a crazy situation. It's like they just don't. They just somebody has the big red button and someone keeps blowing up Earths until it's over.
They said like the gauntlet. They said AI is the mark of the beast.
Y'all don't like or share or hype or subscribe. Listen, y'all need to like this video. Out of all videos, I'm gonna ask you, please, let's get this video into the algorithm because our people need to be warned. This new AI is very, very dangerous, y'all. Y'all not gonna believe what they're using this AI for. Watch this. Check this out, y'all.
There has been accounts using my face, telling stories that I've never told, sharing news I have never shared. AI is honestly getting out of hand.
Get this daily on IG. Federal government is involved with something that I didn't do. Did not post that video. AI is now being used to put a target on Black people's backs, putting us in situations we were never in, saying or doing things that we never did.
If your government can steal your content in order to weaponize a falsity, a lie against Americans, in order to get Americans death threats, that's your government doing that to you. What else could they do?
And it's getting scary. Share this video, please. I'm begging y'all. Don't click off this video. Watch it straight through. I'm begging you. Let's get this out there because this AI is dangerous, y'all. Check it out. It's the Department of Homeland Security shared an AI doctored video, making it look like a group of Black teens was threatening Ice Age, which was 100% fake. But that didn't stop DHS from sharing the video and threatening those kids on their official X page with the post that got over 37 million views, putting those kids in real danger from a MAGA conservative base that has already shown their bigotry and penchant for violence loud and clear. Call for a civil war and let us do our thing. Let us go door to door, street by street, and clean this country. And in a completely separate situation, AI was used to steal the face and identity of a Black woman to create a fake video of her calling a DoorDash driver a liar after she claimed that she was SA'd by a customer. Which is crazy because this Black woman never spoke on the situation at all. It's disturbing and dangerous. We are officially in Black Mirror territory, which is something I've been concerned and warning y'all about. Everyone should be terrified by AI at this point.
I'm starting with me, y'all. The nation is outside. Ooh, y'all, look at him. You cut off your friend for missing your birthday dinner, but not the man who forgot your birthday?
It's really scary and unsettling because of the implications of what can be done with videos like this, especially in the hands of anyone that has malicious intent against an individual. Look how they did this.
I mean, I'm always gonna say the same thing when it comes to AI. No matter what video come out, no matter how people feel about it, it's the handler, whoever's using it, and obviously all of that stuff is hacked. Like, one of the things that happened, this lady, she said, she lived in California. She said a TV hacker verbally abused her. So like every day, yeah, she be talking to it and giving it commands, and it be like, "Shut up, bitch," or some shit like that. Like, it's just crazy. Like, the technology, like, if you don't understand it, it can be your undoing. So you got to be careful. Like, everybody, if you don't really know what stuff is, find out what it is before you use it. Don't just be signing up for any fucking shit to get money and all this other shit. Do your research, man. At least have three search sources of citations of where you got your information from. Don't just go off of the first thing. Oh, I saw this on Instagram. I'm gonna go with this. Like, sometimes that should be full of shit. Like, if it's something about just regular shit, like what's going on in the world, not what's going on in the world, but like celebrity or entertainment, shit like that, that don't really matter. You know what I mean? But real shit, like about health or legal shit that you need to know, or some shit that you could do to get money or some shit like that, always make sure that you check on that shit and make sure that you get valid information, because you could fuck your life up. You could really fuck your life up getting misinformation. And I mean, I think it's funny that people like really just put out false information just to set people up. Like, whenever I see these AI videos, like, I comment on these shits and I be like, "Yo, AI." Like, I see how people be responding to it, and I could tell like some of these people probably just be like, just amazed by it or whatever. And it's not like, some of them are entertaining. Like, it's not even a crazy thing to me where it's like, oh, being AI, because you know what I mean, it's entertaining and I use it as well. So I don't think it's nothing wrong with it. It's just how you use it and what you use it for. If you're using it for what its intention is to basically edge the entertainment gap in different areas artistically, like, it's just an easier way to do things that we've already been doing. But it's supposed to be something to simply help us, you know what I mean, and not limit our creativity. What it does is it limits our creativity. We put in a prompt with a few words and it does the rest, and it gets smarter and smarter and more progressive. So, what we as people should probably do is our due diligence to keep track of whatever prompts we use, whatever phrases we use, whatever we're teaching it, so we know what we should and probably shouldn't do for the future, if we really want to take it serious and really understand it. Because a lot of people don't understand it and they end up, you know, fucking themselves over and blaming it on the technology. And it's really not them. It's really not the technology, really. It's really the person, the handler of
people that's
the technology.
But they're saying to get that they have this ability is like you said, in the wrong hands. It's not.
Like, you ever seen the movie Deadly Friend?
It was the computer.
It was like a boy, he was like mad smart, and he went to MIT and shit, and he had a robot. His robot was named BB. And the fucking robot had got shot by this crazy old lady or whatever. So he had all this work that he had been working on for years, and it got taken away from him because this old lady was bitter. The little girl that lived next door to him that he liked, her father had like strangled her and threw her down some steps. So he took her out the morgue, and he put like a computer chip in her brain, and she came back to life. He reanimated her.
That's like Black Mirror.
And the chip was like a Neuralink type shit, and she was like computer activated and all this other shit.
And they got a Neuralink. See, They be
and then she went crazy and just started murking everybody that violated her friend. She started with her, and then she went and murked her father, and then.
That's a vigilante.
But she was a robot. She had no consciousness. She wasn't human.
Crazy. Crazy. And look at this.
Sierra Canyon is a pre-K through 12th grade school located in Chatsworth. Tuition can be as high as $39,000 per year for the lower grades. The parents of a young girl enrolled her there with the school's promise of a stellar education and a secure environment. However, when details of bullying and more serious issues emerged, the parents claimed that the school did nothing to protect their daughter. So far, there has been no response from Sierra Canyon regarding what is reported to be the second lawsuit alleging that older girls bullied younger girls and engaged in even more serious misconduct. This lawsuit was filed on behalf of a now 9-year-old girl. According to the documents, the victim, who was then 7, was allegedly bullied into joining what was referred to as the kissing club. Over time, the activities in the unsupervised restroom reportedly escalated. EK was pressured into the group to kiss the others in the bathroom. Soon thereafter, she was forced by the girls to kiss and touch their genital area.
It involved actual kissing of young girls amongst each other, but it led to actual sexual touching and kissing of sexual body parts. And that's the most disturbing thing is it took some time for it to develop. And there was this kissing club just grew and got more bolder because there was complete lack of supervision.
As a mother, the feeling of being hopeless and not being able to protect my child.
That came from South Park.
100%.
That came from South Park.
No, that's a real.
No, but I'm saying South Park. Either South Park was influenced.
That was the episode.
Either it was influenced by that, or if I'm not mistaken. Let me see if I can find that shit. If I'm not mistaken.
I think it was an episode.
So
they probably was watching it. These grown kids. See, them cartoons, they don't be for kids. And they was in there doing that. How long was they in the bathroom for? You not looking for
the kissing company? The kissing company. Well, the dude Butters, he was selling kisses. So he had girls working for him. He was like pimping them out for kisses. Wendy and Red was working for him, and they was giving all the people kisses. They was paying for it. Girls was getting kisses. Everybody. Then he got BB. Then he got other girls doing it. It was called the Kissing Company episode.
They wasn't getting paid though, and the girls ain't.
He was getting paid. He was getting paid with he was giving them like ice creams and shit.
What is wrong with this line?
Yo, these is but this cartoon is not for kids though. But it's still the concept is very disturbing because it's like, yo, these are grown men that made this for adults to be like, yo, they got kids doing this in their little cartoon school that they created. It's just wild. Like, it's just a wild storyline. But it's funny. I mean, it's no better than a Beavis and Butthead or Rick and Morty. You know what I mean? Family Guy, Cleveland Show, American Dad.
That's not funny when art.
Huh?
I said it's not funny when art imitates life, though.
I mean, sometimes.
Well, in this case, I'm talking about what we talk about. They forced them girls to do this.
They didn't force them to do nothing.
That's
gave
what
them
they said. They bullied them into kissing.
Oh no! With that, nah. That's some wild shit. That's some other shit. I'm talking about South Park, the South Park shit.
Yeah, they paid.
It was a choice.
But they could have watched it and said, because kids is dumb. And the girl was 7. I don't know how.
Like, when did this happen? Cause this with the South Park was like probably before 2019.
Yeah, but these kids, because that show still come on.
Yeah, that's true. I'm trying to think which one did the chicken come before the egg. Like, I don't know which one was it. I mean, it don't matter. It's still crazy. But I'm just saying, if we could blame it on society or parenting, which would it be? Because society would be allowing shows like South Park.
In December of this year.
So this just happened.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so it could have been influence from South Park. This was an old season.
So it happened in 2023, but I guess they reported it to the school. The school didn't do anything, so now they're bringing it to court. They just filed charges in December but I think it took place in 2023 because the school said, they didn't do anything. They didn't punish the kids, or they gave them a light punishment. Like, then you're supposed to be watching them. Like, they just need to bring back hall monitors because these are little kids, a 7-year-old. I don't know how old the other kid was. If she was 7, they couldn't have been that much older. They should have hall monitors. You need to make sure the kids going for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20. They're supposed to be going to the bathroom. You need to be looking for them. Somebody needs to go. You need to check the bathroom. And they shouldn't have to do all that. I don't know what the hell is wrong with people. Like, with the kids, this is this has been happening lately. Like, kids doing stuff to other kids while they in school and stuff. And it's like, what is going on at home? Like, because y'all kids too. So it's like, because that's what they said too. I didn't play the whole thing, but they said they're looking into see if there's some essay going on at home or what's for the kids.
That's not normal behavior. It's definitely not normal behavior. So
I don't know, but I hope something is. I don't know what the punishment should be because, like I said, if they're kids and they're probably victims themselves, that don't make it right. But I could see both sides because, like.
And what was the ages?
The kid that reported it was 7. I don't know how old the people who was in the
so
kids.
Say probably between that age and 9.
I think the other kids were older, so it's probably a school. It said K through something, so it goes from they could have been like up to the 8th grade or something, or maybe to the 5th grade or something.
That's really crazy.
They said if they suing school for next year.
Yeah, with the security, man. What level of security do? Because it's just like we was talking about the Diddy part. You're not expecting something like that to happen, but you gotta be on point because look at what's going on. Like, this is crazy. You wouldn't even think you would hear nothing like this.
And that ain't even as bad as other stuff. Like I told you about, the kid on the bus was getting raped, and this had been going on, and then they just did that. That was a while ago, but then recently, this little boy said these older boys at recess. So this is an elementary school. You don't have recess so the kids couldn't have been that much older than them, but they were older, and multiple boys held them down, and they did that. This is a boy said, but I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what's wrong with these kids. Like, what is happening? Like, either they not getting no supervision, and because kids do be doing stuff like that. Like, not necessarily taking it or doing stuff, but like touching and stuff like that. If they don't got no supervision and they see certain stuff, or if another kid exposed them to that, like, and if your parents working all the time, or if you be in the house by yourself, or even there was an episode of Blackish, and I don't watch that, but I just seen the clip. Like, there was a brother and sister. I think they twins, and they were sharing a room, but nothing happened. But the grandmother was like, she was like just watching them. She seen them go walk in the room together because they shared a room, but they were a boy and a girl. So she was like, even though they're siblings, she just was looking and watching them go in the room, and she was thinking to herself like, that's not right. They need to have separate rooms. It's a boy and a girl or whatever, and they're getting older now or whatever. So she said that, she was like, don't you think, she said it to the little girl, like, y'all should have privacy or something. And then people was in the comments like, oh, why are you making stuff or they said that's stupid, like that was just perverted, why would she be thinking? But it's not perverted, because kids do that. Kids do be doing stuff like that. They might see something and they could be, and then there are people that be incestual and stuff. I think at a certain point, yeah, you should not be sharing that. That doesn't mean it's gonna happen to everybody, but that is something that happens. So I don't think it's, she just said, I think you're a girl now, you're getting older, they going through puberty and stuff now, like you need to have your own room. Like, because then the friend come over and he's like, ooh, this your sister bra. You see her bra in the room or whatever, it's like hanging on the chair. He's like, but he knew they wasn't thinking like that. He's like, that's my sister. Like, what are you talking about? Or whatever. Like, but it's weird that your friend even saying that, you know, that's a sister. Why are you going to say, look at her bra on the chair? Saying, and y'all, I don't know. But they end up switching rooms. Because, like, you do need to create boundaries at some point so they don't, stuff like that don't happen. Because sometimes, you know, kids are supervised, and then you don't know what the other kid does see, or even if it's friends sleeping over at people's house and stuff, you don't know what they got going on or what they done been a part of, and like, you just gotta be careful and take precaution. And it's not perverted to be thinking like, you gotta be a step ahead of the people that do think like that, to realize that you can't just act like it's not possible, or that like you make people seem like they crazy for thinking things like that can happen when we know it happens. Like, so I don't know, but I got one more thing.
Boys want you to be quiet because they tell you to be. Men force you to be quiet because of their actions. Let me cook for a second, and that's going to go over a lot of your heads. A lot of these boys out here, they think that submission is a given, and it isn't. They think that silence is a given, and it isn't. And a lot of you women are dealing with boys out here that think just because they tell you to be quiet that they should. But if their actions were everything that they were supposed to be and more, you would be quiet without any rebuttal. Why? Because you wouldn't have to speak up, because you know that your man is going to get the job done. A lot of these men complain about these women. They say that these women don't know how to be quiet. A lot of these men are quick to say that these women won't submit. A lot of these men are quick to say how disrespectful or unruly these women are. But when is the last time your actions made her just want to be quiet? When has your actions made her just want to take the back seat? You don't think it is a flex for her to say that daddy got it, that daddy's going to take care of it, that I don't have to worry about anything because I know that my daddy's going to come through? How could you expect somebody to want to be quiet to you or let you lead or submit to you when you've given them nothing to submit to?
What do you think about it?
I agree. It's harder to do that now because the narrative is simple. I think I've said this before. Women are in a position where they don't need men. All they need men is to be able to do the same thing that they're doing. And then the necessity to rely on them and just do as they say has kind of went away. We're partners now. You're gonna have to see me as an equal. I'm gonna have to be considered in counsel and other things. And whenever we make a decision, what I say is just as important as what you say, if not in some cases more, because I might pay more bills, or this house might be in my name, or the car that you have might be my name, but you had the money and you don't have the credit, or whatever the case may be. But I have enough leverage to be able to say it's not just, oh, I'm the woman. You know what I mean? The man is just do whatever he want to do, and I don't get to talk. I don't get to say anything, and just accept it because I have just as much leverage, and it's not in the values of what the marriage is dissipates. It's a fear to get married because you realize that you're not in control because today's economy doesn't afford you the opportunity to be in control because only about 13% of men are going to get it. So what does that mean? That means either those 13% of men have to expand to a larger amount of men. It's probably more now. It's probably like around 15 or 16%. But that amount of men needs to expand more so that they'll be more accessible to the women that they want, and the women that deserve to be with men like that will be there because they'll have to be like, okay, let me fall in line with this man because he's successful. So I agree to an extent where yes, he is right. Um, the burden is on men to better themselves, but the expectation is different. I think the expectation should be more of accepting certain things. Like we have to take accountability and understand that okay, yeah, I'm not perfect. Nobody's fucking perfect. Who the fuck is perfect? You know what I mean? But we need to really take that accountability and say, look, there's work that needs to be done on me. If that work hasn't been done, then I can't entertain a relationship. If I entertain a relationship and that work hasn't been done, then I have to accept whatever is equal to me. Now, I could try to get something outside of my means, but it's the same thing. It's getting a car that you can't afford. You're not gonna not to, relate relationships to cars, but it's the easiest analogy. You can't maintain what you can't afford. Simple. Cars or anything. But it's just like you want that BMW. You know what I mean? But you don't got BMW
For me,
money.
for me, I don't think that's all.
It's not always finance.
For
The
me, I don't
finance
think it's all
is a big component because a lot of times you can't say all the things and just negate that. But it's the easiest part of it to acknowledge because a lot of that comes with you pushing yourself. A lot of that comes with determination, positioning in life. There's certain things that everybody probably should have. Everybody should have at least $3,000 in their bank account saved up. It's hard as fuck to do it. Everybody knows that it's hard to save money. It's harder to save money than it is to spend it. But you need to be able to do that. So what does that mean? That means that the majority of people can't or don't do that. So because the majority of people can't or don't do that is the reason why the majority of people don't fall into that 13 or 16% of successful businessmen because they don't try to do it and they realize how hard it is to do it. And they don't get to the point of contention where they like, you know what, I'm gonna have to fucking do this anyway because I need to do it. I'm not getting any younger. I'm gonna have kids someday. I'm gonna have this, I'm gonna have that. I need to buckle up and do it. And when you get to that point, women start rolling in. Like a lot of women start to be there. So when the guys are saying like, oh, you guys are complaining, the guys that are complaining about not getting women are guys that just can't get women. Like if you can't get a woman, it's not because you're not rich. It's not because you're not handsome. It's not because sometimes it's just because you turn them off. You don't have whatever you need to get them, be with them, get them to subscribe to your channel or your frame of thinking and be on the same page that you're on. If they don't want to do that, then that's something that is inside of that individual themselves. It's not really so much as like, oh, women overall are like this, because there's a woman for everybody. There's a man for every woman. But the problem is people don't want to just accept what's available to them. They want something better. And I'm saying that if you want something better, you can get a woman that may be cooperative. She's going to want to be cooperative, like the guy said, but she's going to want to be cooperative because you're a man worth being cooperative for. You've put in all the work. Your work and ethics, and not just financial, but everything speaks for itself. You go to the gym, you take care of yourself, you're healthy, you eat the right things, you have sustainable income, but you also have a means of taking care of yourself. You have a house, you have a vehicle, transportation. You don't have too many things that you can't take care of. Even if you have a child, you take care of your child. Your child's kept. They don't look crazy. You know what I mean? You're taking care of everything that you need to take care of because you're in a position to do so. When you're not in a position to take care of everything that you're supposed to take care of, that's when people start getting judgy and start saying, "Oh, well, you can't ask for a woman that's cooperative and wants to just shut up and just come home and just do stuff and do whatever you're telling her to do because you don't deserve it." There's places in life where it could work out for you, but I would argue that you still want to try to progress. But the places in life that it would work out for you are places in life that you probably don't want to be in. Like you don't want to just get some chick that's out of shape, that has low self-esteem, that just wants to be with you. You want to get a woman that's worth being with. So you have to get to a certain level where you're able to get that type of woman, or be with a woman who's going to subscribe to your plan and just going to be like, all right, you know what? He wants to work out, I'm going to work out. Or I want to work out, so um he's gonna work out. You know what I mean? If she's a woman that's fit. You can't come into a relationship expecting to change somebody. If you come into a relationship and you think that somebody's just gonna lose weight or just gonna listen and do whatever, who do you think you are? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and especially if you went after that person. Most men are the ones that go after the woman. So you're going after a woman, you're going to have to be somewhat presentable. You're gonna have to take care of yourself or present a facade. So if you lying, I'm not talking to motherfuckers that's out here saying that they got all this shit and they don't got all this shit. No, I'm telling motherfuckers how to get what you need to get. And when you get it, keep it. And then when you have something that's worth it, then you focus on generating success around that. If a woman wants to come into your life after you've already achieved that goal, then it's the best time in your life because now you can give her things that she would need, but you got to know what she would need, know what she wants. If you can't give her those things, then it's going to be hard for you to be in a relationship with her. And that comes with transparency, communication, talking to the person that you dating. Like you can't just be fucking with somebody and don't know shit about them. How the fuck they be doing that? That's why it kills me when motherfuckers be like, "Oh, a nigga know he gonna marry a chick in the first 2 months." Fuck out of here. It's something that you
I
gotta
think
learn
that
through time if
that's
it's worth it.
like for me, like yeah, money matters. You gotta have a job at least or be able to take care of yourself, but you also gotta be confident. You have to be masculine. I had to be able to trust in your leadership, like see at the path of the life that you already lived so far. What have you done? And not necessarily monetary, but your judgment, your discernment. Who is the people that you be around? You around people all the time that could get you in some. Are you the leader or are you following other people? And I need to feel safe, like and protected, and not just from other people, but I need to feel safe with you too. I shouldn't have to protect myself from you.
Right.
Like that's along with like, yeah, you can't be homeless or something because you shouldn't even be thinking about a relationship, in my opinion, if you don't got nowhere to go.
Them niggas be having dogs. Like, what the fuck?
But that's why I say it don't matter because people be homeless and they be in relationships. But I wouldn't meet nobody if I met them homeless and then like no. But
yo,
people,
they need to ban homeless people from having pets though. That should be fucked up. When you see like a homeless nigga with a goldfish bowl, like that's fucked up.
It be whole families that be outside. Like a man, a woman, and a kid. Like, I mean, but you don't know what happens. It's hard. Like, maybe they lost their job, they got laid off. A lot of companies are closing down. Walgreens is closed down. A bunch of them, like, Walgreens been around for years. And now they just, in multiple states, they getting shut down. Like, different locations. So, you know, it's hard, but I do agree with that. It's like, that's what women be saying. I'm not just going to submit. That don't mean you have to be rude, but just because somebody is a man doesn't automatically, you need to know if that's the right person you should be listening to. Like, do they have your best interest?
Nah, for real.
Is there value in what they're actually saying before you decide? Because somebody could lead you, somebody could be a good leader and lead you down the wrong path. Because it's not about, anybody could be a leader, but that don't mean that they're leading you to the proper place. Definitely. And that's where you need what you need to decide.
Like it's not a lot of Malcolm X's out here. Like, it's not, you know what I mean? Like, it ain't.
Hitler was a good leader to the people that followed him.
Who?
Hitler.
Yeah, he was. That's a controversial statement, though.
I'm not saying what he did was good, but people believed in what he was talking, and he had followers. I
understand exactly what you're saying. I'm just saying it's a controversial statement.
I said to the people that followed him, not I don't think he was, but to those people.
Yeah, but maybe he was, though, not just to the people that he followed. You gotta be a leader to lead your people. What his rhetoric was again, like Charlie Kirk, is harmful rhetoric. Not to compare him in the same sentence as him. What do you mean?
Jim Jones, not the rapper.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Let them people to be unalive.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid. Mm-hmm.
And I feel like there's more people that are good leaders in a negative space than are positive. And they're very manipulative, so they can often make it seem like it's a good thing, and they make you believe that you know, they're good at what they do. Mm. What is that? You making a sandwich?
Not like a whole sandwich. Like, I'm making like a low key, like a what you call it, Lunchable. Cause I got the cheese, I got the lunch meat type. You know what I mean? Rolling it together, and I put a hot sauce on it. It was like a little cold cheese, but it's not. It's chicken breast, so it's not turkey. It's going down, though.
It's going down. Also, back about Nikki, because you made me think about it when you said it's going down. She can't be talking all that stuff neither. You married to a man, an alleged rapist, and I think he did it. And
she missed.
And your uncle or your somebody that's related to her was accused of that too. Like, so it's just, I don't know, you're just the wrong person. Like, yeah, it's going down. Basement Friday the 13th. Guess who's playing Jason? Tuck yourself in. You better hold on to your teddy. It's Nightmare on Elm Street. Guess who's playing Friday?
I mean, it's kind of crazy that she a Trump supporter, because wasn't she hating on Trump?
She's a conservative now. She changed. I guess that's what that was about. She changed her, her perspective.
Is that gonna get her man a partner?
Is he gonna,
Is that gonna get her man a partner, or he already out?
He never went. Nothing ever happened. She did. Well, this happened when she was young. Her family. This is an example of the family not doing what they were supposed to do, or whatever. I think And then she tried to do it when she got older. He said he didn't do it. I don't know, but I seen videos. I don't know. I think I seen a video of her talk about it. And I mean, just because you crying, that don't mean she could be lying, whatever. Yeah. But when I seen her account of it, it seems like, to me, I feel
like it's genuine. Like she really went through this.
Yeah, she was really broken up.
They do be looking broken up when they be lying too.
I know. That's why I prefaced it with saying that. But you know, I just be right. I be having a feeling about people, and I be knowing.
You know what? I be feeling bad. Like if people do be lying about that, and it's people like messing it up for the people that do be telling the truth, I feel bad.
That's what I'm saying, because that's why a lot. And then even like enough, like I said, I just watched Enough again because it's a good movie. But like,
it is a good movie.
That is.
I just watched Anaconda.
Huh?
I just watched Anaconda.
I see what with Ice Cube
and Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah.
Because she was because I didn't realize that she looked it like that, and that she looked it good, but that white girl, they try to make her be like the sex symbol, but Jennifer Lopez had it in that movie. And it wasn't she didn't play a bad role, but I was mad that she was like messing with that dude. I'm like, man, why you messing with him?
I don't remember that. Well, I think I did watch it, but I don't remember what happened. But that move, like when about Enough, like when people would be like, "Oh, if you didn't like," people go through stuff like that. Maybe he wasn't a cop, but like people have reported rape or domestic violence, or they tell you like she went to the cops and asked them, "How do I handle this? Like if I'm getting abused, what do I do?" And then they say, "Okay, you gotta file a report, a restraining order." And then they're like, "Okay, and then what? What you gotta wait for the trial?" Okay, so if he come to my house when I got the restraining order, is the piece of paper, what I'm supposed to do? Throw it at him? They say call the cops. And he could just bond himself out so he could come back if he wants. He really crazy if he don't care about that.
Right.
Like, and then if he do for domestic violence, unless they damn near killed you or did do that, then they not getting that much time like that. They might get out. Sometimes they might leave you alone.
Ain't nothing you could do.
Yeah, you might have to then, if you take your own kid and leave because this nigga whooping your ass, you kidnap your kid. What the fuck? And that is, you can get kidnapping charges for taking your own kid because you trying to be safe in this nigga. And then if you stay, then they be like, "Oh, I gotta go through all this shit. I can't even." And the nigga wasn't acting like that. Like, and that's what people say that happened to. They wasn't acting like that in the beginning. Like, they was a normal person. They was a perfect guy. But that's why it would be too good to be true. Then
it'd be like, why did they get married?
She would say, "Oh, you see, when she would cry," and he would apologize. Then one day she got fed up and she cussed his ass out. And that first time he hit her, and he was like, "What? I can't hit you?" And she said, "No, you can't." And then he punched her in the face. And then I'm like, "Yo, what the heck?" Like, and then that was how it began, or whatever. And it was like, "You better leave." Then this nigga a cop. That's Diddy's story. She just didn't have no kid. Like, she tried to leave. He just keep whooping her ass. He called the cops. He paid the cops.
It snowed again?
Nah, what I'm saying is snow on the ground.
It do look fake. This guy went and got a snowball. He was like, they said it's fake. Who was it? Somebody. A celebrity. They got a snowball. Like, they say it's fake. And he put a lighter. Got a snowball, brought it in the house and lit it, and they wouldn't know.
Oh shit.
But it was like, you gotta put it on the stove and not just going light with a lighter. That's what people were saying in the comments. It gotta be a certain type of heat or some shit.
People be making shit up though.
He did go ball it up. He went outside and gathered it up and got a snowball and brought it back in the house. It should have melted just from you holding it in your hand and bringing it out. Start melting.
That's true. Our snows evolved, yeah.
Oh, they fucking put the heart program fucking with the weather.
That's true. The heart, they didn't never debunk the existence of the heart program.
I mean, if you look it up, it says it's a program. So it's not like it's. I mean, but I think it's some stuff that you can't look up. It's gonna say it's not true or whatever because they don't want us to know. They told us that aliens exist now after however many years that people already were saying it and they were crazy, and now they tell us that. So ain't no telling what's going on. They try and take us out. But between that and shooting violence between the government and people, we just keep on. We helping them do the work. They say it's too many. We're overpopulated. That's why.
I don't understand that.
Because a lot of people are dependent on the government, and that's a part of it, I think, too. So if it's less people, it won't be as many because there's money, millions of dollars or whatever that's people getting. So, I mean, people ain't getting millions of dollars, but from all the people that's getting that stuff, it's a lot of people. And I think it is targeted too because regular people ain't gonna have the means if it do come a mist or something like that movie or whatever. Or you don't got nowhere, you might not have no food stocked up for enough time to last or whatever. So the people that's not elite or don't have a certain amount of money or wasn't preparing for that because they thought the people was crazy, it's not gonna be. Just like when the Boondocks in Obama, he was like, he was like, me and my wife and the kids are okay. We got a bunker. He was like, but everybody else, I'm sorry. Like, but I don't when they had the chicken flu from Popeyes. And we had the swine flu. I mean, well, that was after that. But
yeah, I remember they said they gave some girl the swine flu vaccine and she was like walking backwards or some shit.
What, on her hands?
Nah, on her feet. Like she couldn't walk forward. She could just walk backwards, like to go forward. That's what they said.
They probably did.
I don't know if it was true.
Listen.
They said she had got it at Walgreens. She got the swine flu vaccine. You don't know what
if they told us that aliens exist, then anything is possible. You don't know what is, and they didn't do it. They just never told us. So ain't nothing now that you could be. I mean, some stuff sound crazy, but aliens sound crazy. So like, I don't know. Who knows what's coming? Melvin, where'd you go? You behind that. You just disappeared.
He just came up here.
Yeah, but where did he go?
In my room.
No. Where are you now? I can't see you.
You can't see nobody.
Yes,
Oh
I
yeah,
can.
you got the screen on. I don't got the screen on.
Oh, you're behind it. What is that? A table?
Yeah, that's the bed.
Nala, what's your problem? Well, tell the folks. All right, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Get Lifted 30 is the new 20. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe, and click the notification bell so you're notified the next time we post or go live. Mm-hmm. I'm Natafa.
I'm Smiley Jizzle. And we out.
We gotta figure out how to get the sound. I don't know why my sound.
Did you gotta end it?
I have to? I thought you started it.